What's going on, everybody? You are listening to the Playing On podcast. My name is Carl Markowski, and thank you for joining me once again on this beautiful January cold as hell day. It is freezing. I think it's like 2 degrees outside right now. So if you're in, I don't know, anywhere where it's warm, I hope you're enjoying the weather because it's freezing. Before we get into the podcast, a quick thank you to our sponsors. We are brought to you by Dr. Paintball, who brings all kinds of new and used gear to players who need them. And their biggest thing is that they can help finance any kind of gear or marker that you need. Just head over to drpaintball.com. And they have an about section with all kinds of current paintball events happening. They also have an Instagram. They have all kinds of stuff. They're displaying all of their gear, and they also are affiliated with the San Diego Paintball Park. So make sure to check them out. And if you use the promo code PLAYON, PLAYON, when you check out, you will receive a free gift if you purchase anything from Dr. Paintball. So thank you to them, and head over there and check them out. We are also brought to you by Charm City Paintball, who we mentioned in this podcast, and I have mentioned for a while now because I like working with Mike. He's a great guy, and he makes awesome quality products. He has great headbands, head wraps. Him and I collaborated and made some pack bands, which you can see. I believe he has some on his website, but I also have some on my Facebook page that are available. So you can contact me. And yeah, everything is limited run, 10 or less, and it's great high quality fabric that lasts forever. A lot of his stuff is also the ripstop, so it lasts a while. So when you're tightening that thing on the back of your head, that it doesn't tend to fray or rip. So thank you to Charm City. Also brought to you by Carbon Paintball, who just came out with the CC line, and now they have the SC and the CC line. So it's a little, I wouldn't say a downgrade from the SC line, but it's a little bit more user friendly and wallet friendly kind of a line, but the same quality. They have instead of the whole base layer, they have knee pads. I'm not sure on just elbow pads yet, but I know they have gloves. They have CC pants, a CC jersey top, and we are always open and willing to sponsor out some teams and collaborate with teams. So if you are at all interested, go ahead and hit me up at carl@carbonpaintball.com. And all of the listeners out there, if they want to purchase or pick something up from Carbon Paintball, make sure at checkout you type in capital TPOP and you will get 10% off. So thank you to all the Playing On podcast listeners out there. Get a little something from the Carbon Paintball. And last but not least, we are brought to you by Planet Eclipse, the makers of the LVR, which is the sweet baby that I shoot, and I'm so proud of. That thing is so nasty, and you know, there's so many guys out there and so many teams that are shooting Planet Eclipse markers, and there's a reason for that. Not only are they a great company, but they make great quality products. And if you head over to Planet Eclipse, you can see everything that they make. It's awesome. I mean, it's a company that wants to innovate with the player, wants to adapt with the player, and is a completely transparent company, I feel, with listening to the customers and really delivering at the end. So thank you so much to all of our sponsors. This podcast is with myself, Marc, and Cody, who I've had on before, which was a really great time. This one in particular was awesome, but it was Marc's last because he's moving out to Buffalo, pursuing kind of a little different path of his life, and Cody just, Cody and I just sat here and made fun of him. But I mean, that's just how a lot of my friends are. We just kind of poke fun at each other and just tell each other how much we all suck. But that's it. That's what makes it fun and such a close-knit group. So without further ado, here's the podcast with Cody, Marc, and myself. Enjoy.
This is the kind of shit Harrison Fry listens to.
I
doing, Justin, so you shouldn't listen to that.
And we're live for the past 15-20 seconds.
Oh,
That's
whoops.
the only thing I listen to.
So what's up, boys?
Living the dream.
I'm confused as to why I'm here.
Why wouldn't you be here?
Well, I understand after Chicago because I was at Chicago.
You just got sponsored by GI Sports.
Look at that hat.
I ordered this hat. I paid for it with my hard-earned money.
Looks good on you though.
Thank you.
And
I'm walking out of here with it.
Yeah, ping pong.
You can
made
have that.
for
It's yours.
All right, I don't want it anymore.
handouts.
No, we just because for plain out good conversation. That's why you're here.
Oh, okay.
What are you guys drinking?
And a pretty face.
What are you guys drinking?
This is some loose leaf hot tea with a splash of Southern Comfort.
I have Southern Comfort on the rocks. 'Cause I'm an alcoholic.
With a splash of Southern Comfort.
With a splash of rocks.
What are you drinking?
I'm drinking high quality Rossford delivered municipal water.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, it's really good. Tastes delicious. Straight out of the Maumee River. Proud of it.
Nice.
It doesn't look as good going out of the Maumee River than it does.
No. It's quality here. It gets filtered.
What's walleye sperm taste like?
Tangy. I'm supposed to hold back on the sodium. So
Splooge.
yeah,
Fish splooge.
Well, it's diluted.
not this time of year. And they don't get far enough up where they pull that water out. The splooge already. I don't know, where do they get the water from in Rossford? Is that Toledo or is that from like Bowling
I don't know
Green?
where the intake is. Well, there's an
Well, it comes from
intake.
Toledo. It's probably the one out in the middle. And that probably is full of walleye spooge because I've caught a lot of walleye around there.
And algal bloom.
Yeah, microcystin.
The one
That's good,
over
though.
by
Makes you grow tall.
what was it Bono? No.
Bono Curve?
Yeah, that's the one.
Bono.
That's the outside of Minky's. That's the
Yeah.
People died
microcystin
there.
Spermy one. Yeah, 3 people.
That's
the dog
crazy.
survived though.
There was a dog in the car?
Yeah, the dog survived.
Oh, wow.
Wait, what
Yeah.
happened?
So 3 people. Do you know when you're going out to Metzger's Marsh?
Yeah.
The ramp and it makes the hard right at the marsh. Somebody like blew through that, flipped over, and went in the canal.
Jesus.
And they found 2 of them in the car, and then they were like, well, their brother was with them, and so the chick's brother, they couldn't find him. Well, then the dive team found him, but apparently the dog survived. I don't know. I mean,
Why was he in the? Where was he?
somehow he got out of the car, but didn't get. What probably happened is car flipped over, broke the ice. He broke a window, got out of the car, but was underneath the ice,
Yeah, and
couldn't get above the ice. But somehow the dog survived. Must have been a little air pocket, and he was just in there like.
He was still in the car.
I don't know the story. The dog survived though.
I didn't even know there was a dog.
Yeah, there was definitely a dog.
There was another story that I heard. Some guy was driving around, and he was missing for a few days. And then he was driving around. They found his car. Then they found his footprints, and he was
died
like
by the
walking.
pond.
Yeah,
The dementia guy.
The guy with dementia, yeah.
Yeah,
that was actually
wasn't that long
a
ago?
friend of the
Like Christmas
family's ex-husband or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Day. It's crazy.
There's been a lot of weird things with it. I mean, it's particularly cold.
It is cold.
It's cold.
It is really cold.
Making ice.
It's nice and hot with the heater though down here.
It is. Feels great.
Mythbusters proved that hot toddy will not warm you up. It'll actually make you colder in the long run.
I'll feel better. It tastes good.
I enjoy liquor
It's quicker.
and beer.
It's like a moped or a fat girl. Get you where you want to go.
Well, okay. So speaking of getting to where we want to go, well, I wanted to kind of just chit chat about a few things that have changed already that you would probably still have an input on being at Chicago. I don't know if you know, but the W's gone.
Yeah, I heard about that.
We've now changed over to, at least in Europe, they're 4 pods and a hopper.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
M4 pod.
Oh, wow.
But it's only divisional.
M4 pod was coined here on the Playing On podcast, just so everybody's aware.
TM.
TM, the Playing On podcast.
But our argument, we were talking about this earlier today, is our argument is why would you have it be just divisional? Like, why would you not just at least try it in the professional side of it? And then if it works at least that level, then throw it across the divisions.
Well, probably because the divisional guys are paying for their paint. So they shoot less paint that way. It saves them more money.
Okay, but I guess the thing is that if you don't know exactly what it does, like, so why are they doing 4 pods and a hopper? Are they doing it for that reason? Then yeah, okay, I can understand. But if they're doing it for the reason of like speeding up the game or something else, wouldn't you want to at least try it at the pro level instead of across all the divisions? And I don't know. I mean, I just wish they would have done it across the whole thing.
In the United States and Europe.
And the United States. I don't understand why it's not in the United States.
The whole idea was to have continuity between the two leagues, like, you know, from America to Europe, and then they go and do this, and like you have different rules, have different gameplay formats.
Wasn't Millennium restricted paint?
Yeah. See, but they were 2 pods and a hopper. See, I think going from unlimited to 2 pods and a hopper is kind of, you know.
Well, maybe that's just the easy transition. Like, hey, you're still in Europe where you used to shoot 2 pods. We'll see how you like to shoot 4 pods, and then if it's a good like icebreaker type thing, maybe they'll try to push it throughout.
Yeah. See, but why would you put pros at unlimited? Why don't you just keep the pros the same?
I don't know. They probably don't change that because they like to see. I mean,
I'm just bitching because I want to play 4 pods
yeah.
and a hopper. I mean, that's the thing.
But it's like when they had NXL Full Auto. That was the stupidest thing ever. When the divisional people played in PSP mode, which was basically the same. You literally had to pull the trigger like 4 times a second to keep it going. Like not even 2 times a second. It was just like.
See, I think that's a huge thing, you know, and I think about it more and more. You had to be able to shoot left-handed. It's not like how it is now, where it's like ramping, and you can just kind of do this and, you know, aim your mark or whatever. Like when you actually had to, when you wanted to put a lot of paint out, you had to shoot fast or have a cheater gun. But you actually had to you had more control over your marker back then. And now it's so easy. I see so many guys out there with one finger just doing this and then holding the lane, and then left-handed doing the same thing, holding the lane. I'm like, there's no gun control. I just feel like there's not until you get to that, you know, closer interaction of the gunfights and everything. There's no.
My thing would be with
skill.
that is it just takes one more thing that's hard to officiate out of the game, because then like in the MPBL I was like, well, is that bouncy? Is it too bouncy? Like how bouncy is this semi-automatic? Whereas if you go to ramping, like there's like if you look at like Millennium ramping, like there's no way to. I mean, how are you gonna cheat?
I'm not even saying going to ramping. I'm saying going to the G-Tech
mechanical
side of it.
I mean, that's
I would shoot one in the tournament.
That's the only way you're gonna squash the.
I'd say it right. I'll shoot one in the tournament. Give it to me. I'll shoot in the tournament.
Yeah.
I will.
Ching, 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 ching.
I've only shot one with like.
Could you imagine Mike Bruno and what he would say if you were going to go on the field with a G-Mech in an NXL professional division?
Well, Carl gets shot off the break, so
it wouldn't matter.
It doesn't really matter. Yeah. See, and I was trying to wait till later in the podcast to
get
say
a couple
that.
Shots off.
When you kept bringing it up and putting it in my face, I'm gonna say it right now.
It happened at World Cup. I saw it.
So do you think? I mean, it normally happens to like the first point. Normally,
it was Chicago. It was the first point. You're getting razzed because we showed up late because I got a speeding ticket. And
maybe if you were slower.
Like, what they were like, Carl, just run out here, play it safe, and it was like, what the fuck, Carl?
You're like, hold my hot tea, watch this.
Watch this.
Yeah. Hold my chamomile mint hot toddy. Watch me get popped, go to the closest bunker on the field from the dead box. You just
Somebody's got to do it.
Carl just comes off the field. Like, literally, Carl's been in Chicago for like 45 minutes at this point, and he comes off the field and he's just like, quick drawed me.
Then you got Jersey Mike's, and it was all right.
Yeah, we made it all better with Jersey
They're coming to Toledo.
Are they really?
So good.
I'm getting one. I heard.
Through the grapevine?
Heard it through the grapevine.
I wouldn't mind a Jersey Mike's.
No, it's delicious.
Psh, Big Apple.
They don't have them in Buffalo.
Big Apple Deli, though, is right there.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that.
That's kind of a hike for you, though, isn't it?
Where?
Big Apple?
No, I work at the base of the high level.
Yeah, but you got to go
straight down Woodville.
Just like right there. You can like walk there.
I can make it there and back within a half an hour lunch break, and eat my sandwich.
On the way?
No.
Or
like
pausing to eat your sandwich.
They put too much goodness on top of those things to eat them while you're driving.
Do they do the whole thing? Well, okay, so do they take the bread because I've only had, I think, Big Apple Deli a couple times. Well, maybe even once.
You're missing out.
But do they cut the inside of the bread out and then put the ingredients in and then put the inside of the bread on top of that?
No, you need all those carbs.
You're going Subway on it.
That's not Subway.
Yeah, Subway used to cut the V out.
Jimmy John's used to scoop
That's like 96 Subway.
This is like big. They're like 6 by 6 pieces of bread, and they just stuff a whole bunch of.
What you got to do is you got to go there and get the full Timzilla and then try and eat it all.
We were going to do that, but it was like $30.
Yeah, it is. I can eat like a good half and like half of the other half. So I can eat a good 3/4.
Get the Fire Island.
Fire Island's my go-to. Double Fire Island, double cheese with everything.
Pastrami, capicola. Hot. I get it hot though.
That'd be a good one.
On the griddle.
I just don't eat there enough to have a name for a sub that I would eat.
Sorry.
It's on the board.
You drink hot tea.
Chamomile mint tea.
So, well, you kind of even don't follow really the kind of pro happenings that's going on, and you probably have no idea of the pro happenings that's going on.
I mean, I see it on Instagram.
Yeah.
That's why I was confused as to why I was invited over tonight.
Because, just wait.
Because why not? Because
we have something.
Why not?
We have something to tell you.
Uh-oh.
3 is better than 1.
You're the new co-host.
Welcome.
I'll pass the torch. Where's Cooper?
He's upstairs.
Well, I think I'm going to transfer this whole area upstairs.
Oh, really?
Into his bedroom until he starts sleeping in there.
Mm.
And then I'll move back down.
So what are you doing next year? You playing for Aftershock again?
That's the rumor.
Those poor guys.
Fucking new guy.
Sloviak coming back?
So I've heard. I haven't really talked to the guys too much in the off season.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah, Nick's real cool. He's moved down to Florida. You can answer that if you want.
Oh, really?
I'm not sure who it is.
Well, then don't answer it.
I'm not going to.
If they're important to you, they'll leave a message.
Or they'll call right back.
Is it the same 3 numbers as your cell phone number?
No.
Oh, because that's a roto call.
Yeah. Well, I've been getting those.
They ask you about timeshares.
It's like been They ghost the number and then.
Congratulations, you've won a cruise ship.
What have you heard? Any big shakeups?
So you know Damian Ryan?
Yeah.
He was playing for Infamous.
Yep.
He's now playing for the Ironman.
Hmm.
You know Scott Kemp?
Mm-hmm.
Scott Kemp now is retired from the Ironman.
Yeah, he retired altogether, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I should have said retired from paintball.
Yep.
And then also Trevor Reeser from Infamous is playing for Ironman.
Oh.
Yeah.
They like Todd Martinez or what?
And then didn't they? Dynasty picked up the kid from Mexico from the MXL.
I wish I had his name. I don't even know what his name is. But Dynasty picked up some baller from Mexico.
Oh, that's cool. Are they going to be shooting just their guns next year? Were they shooting their guns this year?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Those field ones.
All of them?
Yeah.
See, because they have a pop-it version and a closed bolt.
They both, I think, if it's my understanding, the same engine goes in. It's because isn't one like a Marc, and then there's like a spool valve engine that goes in the same gun, right? In the same body.
I don't know.
Or is that no? You're right. There's one that's like a Marc, which is kind of, it's not a spool valve really. It's like the old Bob Long where it was like kind of like I don't know how to really explain it. Isn't it like a pop-it almost? And then they have one that's open,
I don't know.
But like an Ego,
Like an Intimidator.
Yeah, like a Timmy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That would make sense.
They're
They're Bob Long designs.
They're Bob Long guns. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they bought the company, Bob Long, and then Field One. I forget what. Well, I think they're naming it after. What island was it that Dynasty and all them played on?
Malaysia.
No.
Fiji.
I'll think of it afterwards, of course.
Dynasty played on an island?
Yeah, Mayor Island. Mayor Island.
Oh yeah.
A lot of the old dudes used to play, and I think that is the reason why it's called Field One.
I think Field One was like where the better, like the best people out there played. I think that's, I don't know. I made that up.
It's like
That's okay.
it's like having people from the Midwest talk about something that happened over there, and we just have no idea.
Yeah. Yep.
See,
Like,
even
those
over
guys used
here,
to play
like,
at Toledo Indoor.
were you an
Right. That's
were
what we
you,
would name our guns.
What's that?
Toledo
They would
Indoors?
be Toledo Indoors.
The tips.
Like if we started a gun company and we named it after where the best people played in our area, it would be the Toledo Indoors.
We call
TIP?
it just
Yep.
the tip.
That was the best place.
What was the outdoor field called?
Tag.
Tag. That's it.
Tag.
Toledo Action
Action
Games.
Games, that's
Oh
right.
yeah.
What was the store on Reynolds called?
The store on Reynolds.
Action Enterprise.
Action Enterprise was right
I
next to the
remember
scuba
that one.
shop.
Yep.
All the way up by Central.
You never went in there?
And then remember they used to
really
have the pro shop in Maumee. What was that called? On Illinois, remember? They built it it was open maybe a year or two.
Really? No, I don't
Yeah.
remember that.
It was in one of them. It was across from like Charlie's Dodge.
Mm-mm.
Remember
I don't
JJ
who you said
Sports
that. Yeah.
was
Yeah.
right on Star
Mm-hmm. Yep.
at that intersection right there.
I had a T-shirt from there. Hulk used to tech guns there. I think. Yep, JJ's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who remembers Bull Creek Paintball.
Let's all name places
Bull
that
Creek Paintball.
we've played at around here.
Around here?
Pevs, Ohio.
Oh yeah.
Once. I played there once.
Oh my god.
I worked there.
What a. Ugh.
Yep.
I was up by the airport.
What a
wasn't it?
mess.
It was
Yeah.
2 partners got together, and then the one partner's wife slept with the other.
I
guy.
knew there was. I knew
Yeah.
it was gonna be something like that.
There
Yep.
it went.
There she goes.
There sure blows.
Yeah. Either or.
Somebody blew.
What else?
Mm.
TC.
Bull Creek, TC.
TC
I drove
Toledo.
by there. My vet's right over there.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just a farm field now. It's a hot yoga.
That's right. Oh,
Hot yoga building.
Genoa.
Yeah.
Yep.
Used to play there. A little hyperball action. They had a nice hyperball field though.
Where was
You
Tag
do?
at? Where was Tag used to be?
Tag was like heading out.
It's in Genoa. Outside
Yeah.
of Genoa. Like Genoa Clay. What was the road?
Is that because there is no there's no land this way, or even here in between here and Bowling Green?
There was a field. What was the field out in Holland? I played there one time. It was Bring Your Own Air.
You do.
You do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do paint games.
Bring Your Own
or
Air.
something. I never played there. I just remember.
I played there
hearing
one
about it.
time.
The remember that like goofy kid that worked at the indoor? I mean, there was a lot of
I
them,
was gonna
but
say which one.
the kid that cried at New Year's Eve, he got shot in the neck. Oh man,
Getting
I
shot in the
forget
neck sucks.
I forget his name. But he was like, he got in there. The one down by the sports arena. It was like 2 levels. And I don't even know if it ever opened up. But yeah, there was one. There was one down there too that was supposed to open
In the
up.
building?
Oh, there was an indoor that was supposed to open on the east side. And
It was a
never
building.
did.
Yeah, but the floors were like falling through to like the
Lead
next.
paint.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
It still
Yeah.
says paintball.
Does it
on
really?
The very, very top. Yeah. If you're coming over the Cherry Street Bridge
Yeah,
and you're coming into town on Main Street,
yeah.
you can see it. It's up on the
Oh,
up on the
wow.
top of the roof.
Now, what about up in Michigan? You got a lot of options up there.
Yeah.
Future ball.
Future Ball was mostly what I played out there.
Yep, Future Ball Outdoors.
Before, well, that was after Atomics.
Atomic.
Atomic.
Well,
Atomics,
kind of
yeah.
around the same time, but I think
Future Ball.
Atomics was sweet.
Atomics was the first really cool indoor that I think I played.
Remember they had their own like logo paint. They had the
They had their own
little
Timmy,
Atomic.
dude.
They did. Yeah,
Yeah.
the team did. Yeah.
I wonder how that came.
Remember what
about.
the
The
Flint,
A-bomb.
Flint Reball Center?
Yep, yep.
See, the Atomics dude, that guy was loaded though, wasn't he?
Yeah.
That's what it takes to run a field in this neighborhood because you not making money.
No.
I mean,
What
that,
about
that
Warzone
Intimidator
paint
looked pretty
games?
good.
I mean, Funigans.
Let's not talk about that yet.
I hate that place.
One of
Hey,
the,
but
one
without
of
that
the
place,
best.
we wouldn't have seen each other, probably.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I probably wouldn't have seen
War-
you.
Warzone got brought up in my text message with Josh Lemon the other day. He was like, I miss Warzone.
It was awesome.
Dude, so many people miss Warzone. Warzone could have been.
Yep,
It's a could have been.
yep.
I mean, it was.
They had the potential. It was there.
Well, everybody keeps talking about, at least in the Chicago area, talks about what was that place in Wisconsin? It was really nice. What the hell? It was an indoor.
Where
I don't
Boom
know.
plays?
Um,
Who was telling us
Began with
that
an
the
S.
Boom,
Boom's from
the Boom
Wisconsin?
guy, Siege?
yeah.
Really?
said
Siege
that-
paintball.
That's where Boom plays, isn't it? And apparently they're building an awesome indoor, or built an awesome indoor.
Well,
Somebody
I don't
was
think
talking
it's-
about it at World Cup.
Yeah, I don't think it's open anymore, but it used to be open, and everybody over there claims it was the nicest indoor ever. But
Warzone was.
Dude, Warzone had.
It was cleaned every week, like spotless.
High
Was it
ceilings,
regulation size?
Not
No,
quite.
it's like 10 by. It was 10 foot short one way and 20 foot short the other way. But it technically it was because if you went tight to net and tight to net, it was
Yeah.
regulation.
The
but
nets hung like at the boundary lines. You could, I think, you could
Yep.
put the bunkers, like basically set up legally.
Yeah,
Yeah, because you don't really need to be that.
but
you
your
know, that
runway,
far
if you're running down the tape or the wire,
couldn't,
it-
yeah.
you were tripping on nets.
off. But still, I mean, you could play.
Oh, yeah.
you could still play paintball.
It was
You
still
play
an
a lot
awesome
of paintball.
facility.
It wouldn't be. I mean, I wouldn't want to go there and try to like get a layout practice in because it's gonna be all off.
Well, yeah, that is
Right.
going to be off. Two, especially with how many bunkers there are now. I wonder how it would have been with the W. I mean, with the A, it was kind of.
With the X, it was awful.
Yeah.
That sucked because I'd go up there Friday night and set it up, and yeah, setting the X up was the worst.
So everybody listening to Warzone was this. It used to be an indoor tennis facility, and outdoor facility. It had
Yep.
courts in the back, and what would you say, 50, 60 foot ceilings?
Nah, not that 30.
Yeah,
probably.
30.
Was it 30?
In
I
the
mean, they were pretty
center.
tall.
Well, think if you're
Yeah.
standing on what would be the second floor, you're looking out, and second floor would be 20 feet.
You could have played.
Okay,
volleyball
maybe
in
30,
there.
40.
It would have been
Yeah.
decent to play volleyball in.
Oh yeah,
You could
for
have played
sure.
softball in it.
They played soccer in there, baseball practice and stuff on the turf field.
So yeah, and it had like kind of like a cushioned carpet turf.
Yeah, it was awesome.
But it was, I mean, it was great. The paint rolled off it well. I mean, and they had these cleaning machines that sucked up all the paint and washed the turf.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing. And then
they decided that bounce houses made more money.
Well, even before that, though, there was what went wrong. Like, why don't paintball fields succeed in this area?
Too many players wanting everything for free, and I get that.
Yeah.
But it was also like $70 a case to play there.
78, 71. I remember it. You know how many people had cashed in at that amount? 78, 71.
It's like you can't do it. Like
do you remember how many people were there when they first?
Yep.
Yeah, you used to line up on the stairs. They're getting ready to get out on the field and play. Like,
like how can Jason not look at that and go, "Wow, this could really be something"? But I think he was just looking at the dollar amount. And
he was just caring about the dollar. He didn't understand that
they weren't paintball players.
Yeah.
No.
He didn't understand that if you dropped the price a little bit, you could keep so many people coming there every weekend.
Well, yeah, I don't think they understood how team packages would work, how to get the practices in, how to
understood. I ran practices there, but it's just.
Yeah, but you weren't in charge of the prices.
No, but I mean the practices that I pitched, like when you guys would come in, not in the first year, but like after that, I knew what it would take to get people in, and I ran some sweet practices there. There was a lot of people, but it was just, I don't know. I don't think necessarily. It's not the fact that they didn't see that it was bringing money in. I just think it turned into an old toy. He just kind of put it up on the shelf, and
because they were,
I think he just wanted faster cash, honestly. And then that laser tag thing came around, and they did that. I just think a lot of the profits weren't getting rolled back into it.
Because it was just so much of an
overhead. Well, because they just kept wanting to expand and expand. They bought Bull Creek, I think, which really messed it up.
Yeah, why did they do that?
I think they did that because they saw him as competition, when in reality he was just a guy that owned a paintball field. And I think people went there because they liked him. And I think them running it didn't have the same nostalgia for people, and I think it just slowly fizzled out. Because I had heard like awesome stories about when that guy owned it, and like there would be a wait to get in, and there would just be like sweet woods ball games all day. And like the handful of times that I went down there because it was gonna be busy, it wasn't. I mean,
Bull Creek was always busy when I used to play there every
weekend.
That's
what I've always heard.
I've only played there once.
When I used to play there as a kid, I'm talking like 6th grade, like 7th grade.
Yeah,
it was packed always. And it was awesome. Like, it was so much fun. I remember we'd always go to get pizza on Saturday night with my parents. They went to the same pizza place every Saturday night for like 40 years. And we would go, and I'd walk down to RB Games, which same person owned it, Bill Roper, and it was up in, they did like paintball and then also did like Warhammer and other card games and all that stuff, like Magic and all that crap. But it had all that, and I'd walk down there and I'd get like a case of paint, and then I'd walk back to the pizza place as we were waiting on pizza. I'd do it like every Saturday.
You remember that when you were younger, like the feeling of getting a case of paint?
Yeah,
I remember the smell.
Or see, I would never like a good case.
And when I first started playing, it wasn't necessarily cases because I'd buy it by the bag.
Yeah.
And I just remember that.
Well, that's what we all started out.
Smell when you open it up, and it would just smell terrible.
Yep. It's crazy now to think that you go for, and now it's even more reasonable now. But you go for your X-Ball match and you grab 10 cases from the trailer. And you're just like, whatever.
It's nothing.
Or we're gonna have a practice for World Cup. We'll go get like. Our World Cup practice was shitty weather, so we tried to get as few of cases as possible at a time to keep them out in the cold. But say like a practice for a normal event, or if you were one of those teams blessed to live in a nice area, you go up to the thing, get 30 cases, and just take them out there and throw them on the table and just go to town.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy to think about when you first compared to when you first started playing paintball, and you'd go out there and you'd like if you got like a 500 count bag, or if you bought a whole case. Like, that was sweet. I remember, like, the Diablo Inferno used to come in, like, a briefcase-like case.
Dude, that's what I was just going to talk about. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like they switched because at the
That thing
indoor,
was sick.
it was
With
like
the dragon thing or
Yeah,
the dragon
buy
dog
it all
on it
the
or
time.
something.
yeah, it looked like a dragon mixed with a tiger.
That's what I
or
used to
something
shoot,
wild.
Diablo Inferno.
It was just like its mouth, and it had like the
Yeah.
Diablo symbol in the middle.
Or if you used to get the evil, that used to be sweet. That
We
used
never
to,
had evil at the indoor. It was always Diablo. Blaze.
Blaze was what, yeah.
Yep. That was our field paint.
That would shoot
I
good on
think.
my flat line.
See, but I think how I treated paint back then still just kind of stuck with me.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why I still
Oh,
don't shoot
dude,
as
I'm
much.
super stingy.
Dude,
with
I'm
yeah,
so
me too.
stingy about my
Me
paint,
too.
and I think it's just.
Well, I feel like you
for that
are when you
reason.
come out, when you start playing mechanical. I feel like you appreciate your paint more. Because you do. Because you know how many times you had to move your finger to get all that paint out of your hopper?
I know it was a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But now think about the person that comes out and plays that has a new modern gun, because everybody's got a gun that shoots 10 balls a second, but they come out and they want to hop on the X-ball field, and it's like,
See, that's what I think about too. It's like we can definitely refer back to like how we started playing and how it was and how it felt, and I'm so curious at like Colton, right?
Yeah.
Colton. Yeah, like I wonder what it's like for him coming up and
Right.
playing the game. Like
he doesn't even play woods ball though. He's just straight to
Yeah,
X-ball.
he's just straight to
and he
X-ball.
wants to play just like us. And then he's playing on the NXL Center Court his first season in Orlando at World Cup.
Yeah.
Like, that's awesome. He can have my spot for next year in D2.
Well, I just wonder, because I know how I was when I first started playing. I just wonder if it's that same kind of nostalgia when you're playing of you're still nervous. I mean,
No.
he doesn't even play like he's nervous
with
right now.
like that, yeah. It's
Yeah.
it's completely different though from like everything's right there in front of them, and if they want to see something, they can just look it up on their phone.
Yeah.
Like I remember when it was like you'd hear about this guy with his E-mag shooting like 15 balls a second, and I would start the download of that video on my computer like before I went to school in the morning, so I could come home and watch it. And now it's like
The pictures that come up where it's like just
And now
Yeah.
nobody even makes videos like that because it's not even cool. I remember when I used to be like, oh yeah, my fastest shooting gun I think I ever had was a Bob Long Vice, and with the Reloader B, and that thing would, it would shoot like a true like 30 balls a second.
that was
Yeah.
one of the first videos, not necessarily one of the earlier videos that I watched on YouTube was when the Halo came out. And it was some guy I forget what he was shooting though, but he was just shooting at I think just a spool.
Yeah.
It was like and it was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
And it was just insane. And then the first thing I thought was kind of ridiculous in paintball. Like which I saw today online. Somebody had them and was like, what kind of pods are these? And it was the JT Slam
turbo
pods.
Oh, yeah.
I
And they
had
used to
that
go,
with
they
the
used to go in
collar and
they used to
everything.
go in the side.
They were
the
sideways.
side load,
Side
yep,
load.
the side load.
I would
packs.
totally rock one of those.
I had
if it was
that.
M4 pod.
I had that. I had the.
I
you
have
remember
it at home still.
You remember the JT knee pads that slid up and down? They were like, they had guides, and as you moved your knee, it would like slide up the rails that it had on it.
It was like a shin guard with a.
Yeah, it was like a shin guard too.
Wow.
I wore those on the outside of my pants.
Dude, I had
Everything.
Renegade.
The Proteus goggles.
I had black Renegade knee pads that were like the full shin pads,
Yeah.
and I wore those on the outside of my pants.
There was a guy playing
Awesome.
10-man on Saturday at World Cup that had a full Renegade with the knee pads built in, like full Renegade onesie.
That's sweet.
Just letting it rip.
I had the old JT pants where it was just black pants with like cargo pockets, but the flap on the cargo pockets were gray
Yep.
with the JT logo.
Yeah.
But that's all they were. It was like
It was like a pant.
yeah, it was like
Yeah.
Remember when
Like
the,
go to work pants.
the JT
Yeah.
team pants were cool, but taking the logos off of them was the cool thing to do?
Mm-hmm.
They had the big, like 1 foot long logo that was just asking.
I still
to
have a
break
pair
paint.
of those.
I have them at home too.
even those were just
pants.
pants.
Those had a more integrated knee
Knee.
as far as like the padding
But
goes.
I feel like
Isn't
you
it crazy
blew
how-
through that knee fast.
Isn't it crazy how like all the playing gear though, like the pants, like when it was like pad protection, like super heavy like pants, and now it's like the exact opposite way. It's like you're wearing like yoga pants.
Oh
out there
yeah,
playing.
and then those kids that I've always been a bigger person, so I've never been able to wear them. But those kids that wear like they're super tight, like on their calves,
Yeah.
like all the way up to the knee.
Well, that's what Vulcan
those
first
are
tried
the
to give me
PB
the.
rack or the.
Yeah, I
Those
don't
are
get
PB
that.
rack ones. Well, the Vulcan ones, they tried to give me these ones they call like these are jogger cut. I could barely get like calf was like rock solid tight in it.
I feel like growing up, you wanted loose pants because you got more bounces.
Mm-hmm.
Now everybody rocks these skin tight outfits.
That's how I am with jerseys. Like my jersey can't be too loose where it like where like it starts catching on shit,
Yeah.
but it can't be too tight where I feel constricted and everything that hits me is gonna
Right.
break.
Yeah.
I need that happy, and that's that extra large.
little
Happy
cushion.
medium. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what else. I know I had a Proteus. I had the JT fan.
Nice.
For my
the
goggle?
goggle fan.
I never
you have
had
to
the
have
fan,
that.
but I had Proteus.
The indoor, you need that.
I had the chameleon Proteus. It was
Ooh.
sweet.
Ooh.
I think I
It's
just
like-
had the all black one.
Black one.
There's so many people that are going to sit around
With the
They're
ears.
going to be listening to this.
Mhm.
They're going to be listening to this podcast, just reminiscing about all the old shit that they had. It's probably
Oh,
still
yeah.
in their mom's
And then all the younger
basement
people are gonna be
somewhere.
like, "What the fuck are they
Yeah.
talking?"
What?
Yeah.
A fan in your goggles?
What was JT?
What's a JT?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was JT Racing,
Right.
Yeah.
motocross stuff,
Yep.
and then turned into paintball. I would like to know that story. Like, what was that crossover?
Yeah. How did like,
It had
how
to be
did
a
that
guy's
happen?
son or something, or maybe his daughter. Like, I'm gonna play paintball, and he owned JT. And was
Right. Could have been. I don't
You know,
know.
there's another company. I always wondered why, like Oakley or Smith or any of those companies never never got into like tried to get into like the goggle market or
Yeah.
You know, there's plenty of kids with mom's credit card in Southern California that would have been all about.
Yeah,
some
well, I
Oakley
make snowboard goggles.
Hello,
Carl, I
Mike
said
from City.
right
Get him
before
on
we
the podcast right
started.
now.
I thought I
Do
did
it. Answer it.
Mike from Charm City Paintball. What's up?
Mike's live on the playing on podcast.
I'm doing good.
Right, now.
Right in the middle of a podcast.
Put him on speaker.
No, you're fine. No, you're fine.
Live and hot.
Awesome. I'll give you a call. I'll give you a call right after.
Tell him I want a Halloween headband.
Yeah.
All right, man. We'll talk to you.
Tell him I want a Valentine's Day headband.
No, he just well, on the last podcast we were talking about, he was starting a jiu-jitsu class,
Oh.
and he just got done with it.
Oh wow.
So he was gonna chit chat about it with me
Did you start yours yet?
next week.
Next week.
So you
Where'd
know,
go?
you know
Bad
what's
Dog?
gonna happen.
Braza
Braza.
over on Sylvania. It's Braza Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Oh, okay.
You know what's gonna have to happen
What's that?
at one of these paintball events, World Cup
Yep.
2018.
Jiu-jitsu match.
Mike's gonna kick your ass in jiu-jitsu. You better train up.
I'll roll with him.
If you start winning, I'm gonna taser you.
Put a dog collar on his balls.
But speaking of Mike though, to just put a little promo in there, but dude, he makes solid headbands.
Yeah.
I got a couple, 3.
Yeah.
Couple,
I wanted to order one right when I got on listening to that podcast.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Just watch his Facebook until you see one that you have to have, and then just order it.
Yeah,
That's
he
what I
posts a
did.
lot of his patterns and
I
everything.
want a Halloween one.
Do you want a Markowski pack band?
Ooh.
Okay.
Thank you though.
I'll take it.
I want a
I'll-
carbon hoodie.
I'll wear it
Those
this
are nice.
season.
Those are sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Carbon makes
thick.
sweet stuff.
And they're black and orange. And that's Halloween. And that's my birthday.
He
So I
actually,
like it.
I don't know if he mentioned this or not, like on his Insta media.
He was a Jehovah's Witness.
No, he got a hold of some of the old Sandana mesh
Mm.
that they made their headgear out of, or the Sandana wraps.
Yeah.
He's gonna start making some of those.
Nice. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. I think it's cool. I think it's cool just to kind of have that because Sandana's not around. It's like he said, like Sandana's not around, and a lot of people are sublimating all these headbands that are like crazy graphics and all this shit. I'm not like, I don't know, grandma's couch.
Grandma's couch is where it's at.
I bought one at Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah, a gangster paintball one.
My grandma's couch
It was
has
like a
it.
sweet orange camo. And I'm obsessed with orange.
Have you seen the grandma's couch that I wear?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. I literally have a couch that if I'm gonna throw it away, I'm gonna cut all of the fabric off of it and send it to Mike, and he can make more grandma's couch.
And he
Sure.
will.
I'll just send him it, and
Oh, I still didn't put this on vibrate. I'm such a dummy.
Jesus.
There.
You should do that. I feel like just because your friends are here, you shouldn't just let it fly and be unprofessional.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I can't believe you answered a phone call during our podcast.
It was.
It had to happen. That was the first time it happened, though.
Can you edit that out?
Nope.
Fine.
I use GarageBand, bro. I don't use any of this crazy.
Nice. Is that what you use?
Mhm.
GarageBand? I was gonna ask you. I'm gonna start doing some podcasts.
What are you gonna call
Can I
it?
be on the, Can I be a guest?
No.
Can I get on it?
What's that? No,
Your po-
Mark, you're
your
moving.
podcast.
You're going out with the Buffaloes.
Skype them.
I could Skype in.
Nah. I don't care for
Man.
Mark's voice.
I'm
What's
moving to-
Which podcast are we about? Tell me.
Nope. This will be a surprise.
A surprise
There
podcast.
should be some nostalgia in the name.
Mine's gonna be about motivation.
tip.
Nice. You should.
Make
Yeah.
a good motivation.
You like
speaker.
talking.
You were fat, now you're skinny. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That is. I can get a lot of
There you
people
go.
motivated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Motivate me. I get really motivated at like 2 o'clock at work. Like, I'm going to go home, I'm going to do this. And then I get home, and then I just cut chicken up, and I put it in a deep fryer, and I make chicken chunks.
and you're like, it's chicken.
Yeah.
It's chicken soaked in oil.
I drink beer.
I'm starting to do.
whiskey
I'm
and
doing
Coke.
this intermittent fasting.
Are you?
Yeah,
That's sweet.
where I don't. 8 p.m. is when I stop
Yeah.
eating, and then I start eating at
Like noon or 1.
Noon. Yeah.
Yeah. It's really easy to do too. Isn't it great? Do you ever listen to? I mean, do you listen to Joe Rogan's?
Gotta
Did
drink
you
a
listen
lot
to
of
that
water.
one with that female lady when she talked about?
Dr. Rhonda Patrick.
No. That's like super nerdy. Like I can't follow along.
That's like down to the
because she's like a
scientific-
biochemist or
Yeah,
something like
yeah.
that. But no, the lady about the dairy, like it was like a dairy something. But she talked about like just how like Big Sugar paid.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because
That's mind blowing.
oh my god, I hear so much of that shit, and I always look it up afterwards because I'm curious.
How like fat was made to be the biggest villain, and
Yeah, saturated fats.
yeah, starting from like the 1960s on, and when you can actually train your body to burn fat as a fuel source, and it's super healthy for you.
Like
Yeah.
ketosis.
Because
it works great.
because your brain is essentially fat.
It's not good. I mean, different
It's
people
good
tell
fats,
you, different
yeah.
people tell you it's good for you and not good for you. I mean, in the long run, I don't know. So I did a lot of ketosis, and I 6 weeks ago had a lipid panel done, and it was the best that the doctor had ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, because ketosis is meant to be like, it's not meant to be long term.
sustained. Yeah.
It's meant to be like sublimated.
Yeah.
Supplemented?
Supplemental to a
So
a
what-
more
Off and on.
standard diet.
Just like
Explain
intermittent
ketosis,
fasting is supposed to be too, isn't it?
Ketosis is a better method.
So-
Intermittent fasting is a good method. I mean, it's the same kind of food. The idea is that you just only eat for 8 hours a day.
Right.
And your body's
You
breaking
starve your body
down.
the rest of
Beside
it.
your body breaking down the food that you ate, past that or before that, your body's breaking down all the other shit that's in your body.
I heard like carbs in the morning is the worst thing you can do for your body.
Carbs in the evening is not good either.
I would say even carbs at night.
post workout is when you really need them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They said carbs in the morning is like the worst thing, and this lady put it into perspective, and I just forget what it was, but it was like, oh wow, that makes a lot of sense. She talked about it as like it was called breakfast because you're breaking the fast.
Yeah.
So she said if you're trying to lose weight and you give your body carbs in the morning, she said it's like if you were sitting in a dark room for 8 hours and somebody turns a floodlight on. She said it's a lot different than when you're
If they're not the right carbs,
Yeah.
you gotta make the right selection of carbs, because what it'll do is it'll shock your blood sugar and you can throw everything out of whack.
Yeah.
Then you get all crazy and
Yeah, if you're taking down all those complex carbs, and it's just gonna
That's what it
break
all
down
is. It's all
insulin.
just blood sugar, insulin
Yeah.
and stuff. It's crazy.
So I eat I eat a cup and a half of egg whites and a cup of, right now I'm eating blueberry Chex with a cup of skim milk. Like it's fat. It's like essentially basically no fat, protein, and a little bit of decent amount of carb, like 36 grams.
See, I've been trying to get a lot of my fats from like
Avocado.
nuts and avocado and
Yeah. Bacon.
You want it poly and mono unsaturated are like what you want to focus on, like in ketosis. That's your healthy fats. The idea of ketosis is that basically you turn your body from burning glucose as the fuel to burning ketones, which it produces from fat.
Well, the ketogenic diet is pretty much just a low carb.
It's low carb, high
low-
fat.
High fat.
Yeah, high fat, low sugar.
It's moderate protein. It's not even like a lot of protein. A lot of people think and ultimately it really comes down to every one of these diets that's named and has a fancy name, it's supposed to help you do something. They all work the exact same way, and it's caloric deficit. So my body, with the amount of working out I do, I'm right around my basal metabolic rate is probably like 3,600 calories a day. I can eat 3,600 calories. People are always like, "Oh Jesus Christ, how do you eat all that?" And no, not getting any way to smash a whole fucking pizza, because I can. I mean, a whole pizza's more than that. It's an average thing too. It's not like I'm going to gain 10 pounds because I ate 5,000 on Christmas Eve.
Well, it depends how big the pizza is.
I had at least well, they're all personal size if you're not a quitter. So
It's true.
If it sits in front of you, it's a personal pizza.
yeah. Still, it's only not a personal pizza.
So that's really what I've been trying to do, like lately. Well, the year and what I've been doing so far. It's been early, but I've been just low sugar, try not to eat all the just bullshit. Like if you know you shouldn't be eating it, I'm not eating. Like
That's good.
your body's going, no.
I saw a really
thinking
interesting
about it.
challenge. Just try to meet your caloric goal at under 30 grams of sugar in a day.
Without reading boxes.
No, you can read the boxes. That's fine.
I only drink 2 Monsters a day now. compared to.
Are they sugar-free ones?
Nope, just the OG green. I'm gonna die young. Not here for a long time. Here for a good time.
Well, you were in it for a while. You were working out, and
Yeah.
But you were doing more like, you weren't doing like powerlifting though. You were doing like just regular weight.
Yeah,
lifting.
just going to the gym. I would love to do CrossFit. I think that's the only thing I can honestly look forward to doing after work. Just going to the gym is just it's so fucking boring.
It can be.
You should do jiu-jitsu.
I would like to.
You should.
That'd be sweet. Honestly, I would like to.
Join the class with me, man.
Do that, or like I would just love to go like flip tires.
Hot yoga. I've been.
Dude,
my friends
splitting
been trying to
wood.
get me into
I
hot
love
yoga.
splitting wood. But
It's a good workout.
it is.
Big like a 12-pound sledge or.
Oh man, and when you get
All
done,
and
dude,
just-
like right now, if you can't tell by my awesome posture, my back hurts. But it's just like when I split wood, when I get done, I never feel that loose ever. Like you just feel so good, and you're outside just breathing in everything. God damn it, it feels great.
Have you ever done a like a float tank, like isolation tank float?
No,
It's so nice.
I float generally in any type of water because I'm fat. Is that what you're talking about?
He's buoyant.
No, dude,
it's salt water.
It's the salt water.
It can make
Oh my
even
God,
skinny
it's
chicks
so
float.
nice.
Yeah, that's what 11 is in the
Pretty much.
Stranger Things.
So nice.
That'd be cool.
Kind of just lose.
I like
thought of
weird
everything.
shit. Like
It's weird, dude.
kettlebells. I'm obsessed with kettlebells.
Mhm.
I own 2. I've never picked them up besides when I bought them and brought them into my house.
Really?
Yep, and I have a kettlebell DVD. And
You
I
do
would,
a lot with a kettlebell.
I would like to do them,
Need heavy ones though.
but fuck, dude, I get home and I don't know.
A set of kettlebells you can do a lot
What
with.
time do you wake up?
Like 3 minutes before I have to be out the door, so about 6:27.
So this is what I've been forcing myself to do this ever since the beginning of the year, and a little bit towards the end of last year. But so I'd wake up, I would have a 10-minute meditate. I'd meditate for 10 minutes, and then I'd stretch for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then I'd do about a half hour of cardio. Just whatever. I don't know. I'm a big thing about the gym too. Like I tried the whole gym thing, and it didn't feel right for me. Like
You
I
lost me at wake up early.
But if you break
You
it
wouldn't
down
like my
into segments,
routine then.
Well, you have a kid.
segments.
You have something to live for.
Segments.
You have dogs, don't you?
I have one dog.
See?
She's pretty cool. And my wife, she likes me sometimes.
Didn't you just buy her a computer?
Yep.
Yeah, she probably still likes you for a little while at least.
No, she
For the one-
opened it up and told me to take it back.
As long as the warranty is good, she'll like you.
No, because
doesn't have a CD drive.
we got her a camera, dude, and she's like, she takes really cool pictures. So I got her that thing 'cause I figured it'd be easier to edit on.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have like
That would be.
we have like one of the first like all-in-one desktops. It's like touchscreen.
Yeah.
It was just the biggest piece of shit. And I bought like 3 years of Geek Squad through Best Buy. And it's like every time I gave it to them, they gave me it back. And they're like, hey, here, it's worse than before. I'm like, oh, okay, thanks, guys.
Well, it's like my dad
Good
had a
luck.
laptop.
Yeah.
His laptop finally took a shit, and now so he's back like using his 1999 Dell with a Pentium 4, which that's hot shit compared to the first computer we had. And you know, and he's back to like using that. I stopped down there today, and he's just like bitching about it. He's like, "That's fucking thing. I always wait on it. Blah blah blah. I can't even print." I was like, "That printer has a faster processor than your fucking computer does. You retard. Get a
How awesome
new
was
computer."
You guys remember that, though? Like dial-up and stuff?
I do remember. I remember the first
I would hit like
computer we ever
connect
got,
and then I'd go make a
1996.
sandwich and come back.
1996, my dad spent a shit ton of money, ordered us this big ass Gateway tower with a Pentium 166 megahertz processor.
Nice.
And he doubled the RAM from 8 to 16 megabytes. There's kids listening right now that don't even know what those are.
My mom and I, she was over here for my birthday. She stopped by, and
Happy birthday.
thank you.
Happy
Did
birthday.
Did I tell you on your
Wait.
birthday?
I did.
I don't know.
I called him.
Oh, sorry.
So
He was working.
Mine's on Halloween.
I
It's
wasn't.
easy to remember.
I know, it's so awesome. I love Halloween.
Carlos was on
But,
Facebook.
I know. I didn't know that you were that into Halloween until
love
the
Halloween.
podcast with Mike from
Yeah.
Charm City, right?
I love Halloween.
You should definitely make sweet Halloween headbands.
That would be sick.
I'll buy one. Trick or treat.
He'll listen to this and we'll make something happen.
I'm dressing my
Trick or treat.
nephew.
Some jack-o'-lanterns
I
and
probably
some
won't be here, but I'm going to dress my nephew up
Candy
as a
corn.
No candy corn.
Ewok.
I won't buy them.
I feel like everybody who loves Halloween hates candy corn.
Yep.
Candy corn sucks. I don't like the flavor. I
Why
just
do they
it
still
tastes like
make
shit.
it? Is there that much of a demand
There has
for
to
it?
be. There has to be, and it's everybody makes it. It's terrible. Do you know what the best candy on the market is? If you wanted a bag of candy, that you
Circus
could eat
peanuts.
all of it. I'm
My
torn.
dad loves circus peanuts.
So
Dude,
I'm
orange
I am
styrofoam.
split right down the middle
Shaped
on
like a toe.
dark chocolate Raisinets
dark chocolate Raisinets.
and Sour Patch Kids, both of which you
Yeah.
can get at the movie theater for an extravagant price.
$8 for 3.
$8 for 16 Raisinets.
Why would you buy
could go to, like,
candy there?
you-
Yeah,
Oh,
why don't
no,
you
you
stop
gotta
at the
take it
dollar,
yourself.
You gotta stop at the dollar store first.
Tashi and I tried to go to the IMAX on like the worst day possible in Buffalo, where there was a 974 car pile up or something. So all the people were in our little town, and we tried to go watch Star Wars in IMAX. And she pulls this like 7-pound bag of Swedish fish out of the cupboard and fills up a sandwich-sized Ziploc bag of it. And she goes, "Is this enough?" And I'm like, "Yes."
Even Swedish fish
are awesome. You don't like them?
Oh,
Not-
Swedish
not the
fish are
big-
good too.
Oh, man.
I am a
Are you
You
chocolate
gummy bear
guy
trip-
or
I'm a gummy
gummy
bear
See,
guy?
I'm not a
Okay.
chocolate guy. I'm
Me
not.
neither.
Dude,
Well, I mean, I'll eat
dark
them all,
chocolate is all I can
but
really. Yeah.
If I had to pick one for the rest of my life, it'd be gummies.
dude.
Gummies?
Gummy bears in the freezer. I put mine in the freezer.
Gummy bears in a jar full of vodka. And then you pull them out and eat them. Drunk
Everclear.
gummies.
Gummy lifesavers?
Those are delicious.
Super
Do you
good.
put them on your fingers?
What's that? No, I try to break them with my tongue. Just put my tongue in the hole. I put my tongue in the hole,
Oh.
and then I try to break it. Yeah, anything gummy and Laffy Taffy, like the
So I can't stand like sticky shit. It's
Dollar
gotta be
bill
something you can
size
just chew
ones?
up and eat.
Mhm.
I don't know. That's-
Sorry, we upsetted Mark.
I'm not a taffy
I wish they
nut
would come
guy.
out with some
Gross.
like a.
Girl, take that lemon.
I wish they would make a chocolatey
Corey
treat
Rogie
called
watches
brown
this, so
eye.
laugh his ass off at that part. That was
The
his favorite
donger.
song.
The donger.
Yeah.
The
We were
donger.
talking about the donger while we were. I was out hunting with some people.
Has that always
know
been
the
his
donger.
nickname?
Yeah, dude's cock is huge.
Is this like by personal experience or is this by rumor?
He's pretty short, so I think to scale,
Maybe it
To
looks
scale.
big. I don't know.
it'd probably be tiny
Dude,
on
honestly,
Mark.
like throughout paintball, like I don't even think, even in high school football and all that, I don't think I've seen more fucking dick in my life than I have with like being around Farkas and all these
Santini.
dudes in paintball, dude.
Oh
my God.
Santini. Does his wristwatch look cool?
Yep.
That's an old joke.
Farkas would get his out just to draw attention from his nose, because that thing's huge.
Who was
Dude,
it?
he would stand there and then flip it
Flip it
back
backward
behind
and
him.
catch it.
And what would he say when he did that? Because he would look like a
The
he would
goat,
have-
or it's a mangina.
yeah, the mangina.
Yeah, the
And
mangina.
he'd walk around.
Or you put it through, tuck it back through, and do the goat. You bend over.
He did everything.
We were.
He's awesome.
I think we were in Phoenix, probably 2007.
I like how that's in the world now.
There was a.
Yep.
He had a really interesting book that had a hole in the middle, and it
Penis
told
pokey?
the story.
That's right. It's called like the
Penis pokey. It's a story about his penis, and you put your dick through the hole, and then you flip the pages, and it tells a
I think
story
it
about your
originated
penis.
as a children's book,
But they
and
drill
then
a hole
and then
in,
somebody was like, "Oh, we should just take this out and
drill a hole in it.
call it a dick book."
Mine would have to be a short book, like a short
It'd
story.
be real long. Yeah. This book's way too
Paper
thick.
Dude, I've heard
paperback.
I've heard a few stories with Farkas where he almost got his ass kicked at a party because he would just whip his dick out, and like people weren't expecting it.
That seems
Getting
yeah.
upset and like,
Seems accurate.
He
Like,
used to
who
party
is
at
this
the
dude
Sig
with his
F's house
fucking
in
dick
BG.
out?
I've been to some parties in Bowling Green that he was at. Good
Yeah.
times.
Good
times.
dude.
Good times.
he's a really good dude.
yeah,
but
he's one of my
just-
favorite people. The first time I met him, he was reffing a tournament at the indoor, and he came walking in with like
He's so different.
a black rolling suitcase, like a shitty, like dollar store black suitcase with the handle and wheels on the bottom,
Mm-hmm.
and he had duct tape on it, and he had written JT, like JT USA, on the duct tape, and I just knew that I was gonna love him forever after
Yeah,
that.
I haven't seen him
He's
in a while.
a unique character. Yeah, I haven't talked to him in a
Builds
while.
sweet
yeah.
bikes.
Yeah.
He does.
I don't know how he rides them. Fucking hardtails.
He played paintball, man. He kept playing.
Mm-hmm.
He played a couple times with me this year. Went over to DZ. He rode over to DZ with me one day, and he played the MSXL with us that we won at Level Up.
Mm-hmm.
And we won D3, but he didn't play a whole lot. He hurt his shoulder. His shoulder was bothering him.
I feel like there's a lot of players around here though that play the game like semi-serious,
Yeah.
And like wanted to have fun, obviously, but never. I don't know. See, and there's a lot of people I didn't talk to. Like, I don't know how many people actually really wanted to play serious and go pro or anything. But it was always like, whenever we would go up and do the hoedowns.
Yeah. Yep.
We'd always do the Ohio versus. Like, I always took that serious. Like, I wanted to play a serious game, but it was always like,
yeah,
no one would come out. It was just like, I just want to play a big serious game.
We had a couple solid ones.
Yeah,
but yeah. There
I only ever made it to one hoedown. I just always had something.
I mean, they were fun.
Blast.
Yeah. The one I was at was at Future Ball.
But I think I
was at a different level, Carl.
Fuck off.
No, I'm just saying.
That was back when you didn't get shot on the break.
Yeah, you probably saw it as like a legit time to play, and we were all just fucking around.
Well, I'd love it because there were so many people. There were so many people there to play paintball against.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah, that were your friends, not just random people.
It was fun.
It was real fun.
I loved paintball, dude. I took it seriously for a while, and then girls, I don't know, you quit.
Yeah, I remember when it was Rogie and I were talking, and him and I were like, dude, let's go pro.
Yeah.
Let's go pro. And I don't know how the whole 7-man thing came about when we started playing 7-man pro, but I remember that time we're like, yeah, we're going to play pro 7-man. I'm like, why? And yes.
Rogie could have. Danny could have.
Danny was real good, dude.
Yeah. Danny was sneaky good. He would make like those weird moves that he would just be in the middle of nowhere.
He reminded me of like a John Richardson.
I can see that.
Like, very sneaky and kind of just was in the right place at the right time always.
Really good field awareness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good shot.
Mm-hmm.
Rogie was the same. Rogie had a good shot.
Yeah.
He had a real good shot.
He was just so...
He still works for Titman.
He's so short.
Yeah.
So that's real.
Yeah.
He's a little munchkin.
The only thing with Danny, he had a goofy duck walk.
Yeah. Penguin.
His feet were pointed out away from each other.
Corrective shoes as a kid, like Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
Mama said my back crooked as a question mark.
I don't know how. I think for me it was just I was always competitive, and I've always just wanted to get better.
Yeah. Every
single time, and fortunately I got picked up because of my speed. Because it definitely wasn't because I was a good paintball player. Because I honestly wasn't, man. I thought I was, but looking back, I'm like, fuck, man.
Yeah.
See. I knew I had you come over for something. No, it's weird too, just sitting here like all the shit that I've been through already. It's like,
probably one of the better players from Ohio, at least.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, at least in the top 15.
For sure, Toledo, top 5 in Toledo.
Yeah, he's top 5 in
lower 5 though.
He's probably top 15 in Ohio, I think.
There's not many that came out of here.
I'm just talking even current.
I can't.
There's a lot.
There's a lot of. I mean, Cody Smick.
Cody was really good.
Drew Hire.
Drew. They were both good.
Turbo.
Yeah. I'm trying to think because I don't really think there was anybody else.
There's not really.
Yeah, Cody was sweet, dude. I loved watching Cody play.
Wasn't there some guy?
He played for Dynasty. How sweet was that?
Dayton or something.
Do you have one of his jerseys?
Yeah, it's right there.
The dude was a stud, man.
Whose Impact jersey is that?
Bart Yakimak.
Nice.
It's a Bart Yakimak jersey?
Yeah.
Nice.
There's one jersey I would want over top of that.
So I traded him a jersey. It's Cody's. That's the 419 microwave jersey.
Nice.
The first jersey with my name on the back was the Tipman Effect X1. And then the Alex Frazier jersey, I traded with him at the Mohegan Sun. It wasn't the ESPN thing, but or was it?
That was probably the ESPN thing.
Yeah.
That looks about right.
And Michael McLaughlin jersey from Excessive. This is our Energy jersey that I never got to wear because it's a 4XL.
I was going to wear that in 10-man.
You should probably just give that to me. I'll wear it.
I've wanted to wear it so bad. And then this is my first jersey from Excessive. I got this actually. I played for Brass Eagle All-Stars in a San Diego 7-man event.
They were sweet.
And this is an Adam Geis Avalanche jersey.
You think they ever shot Brass Eagle guns?
The big plastic, like,
Stingrays.
Weird hopper thing?
Yeah.
Talons and Stingrays.
You think they're ever out there just ripping on
And then
talons?
there was that blue one called the Blade.
The Blade, yep. Clear blue.
Yeah. And the 12-gram one in the back.
Mm-hmm.
They had something, didn't they? Brass Eagle had something. It was black.
Was it an autococker?
The Stingray was semi-automatic.
I feel like it resembled an autococker, but I don't think it was an open bolt.
I am not an autococker fan.
I know. I've heard about it on your podcast.
I just don't get it. I don't get the nostalgia of it. Because everybody's
Well,
coming
you didn't
back.
shoot
Autococker.
one. That's why you don't get it.
Yeah, I did, and none of them ever worked. Because I probably fucked them up.
Yeah.
But that's not the point.
You broke everything. You broke everything.
Which is weird now because all the guns that I shoot now shoot great, and I can fix them all.
Well, yeah, anybody can fix them now. You don't even have tools anymore. You just turn the knob, pull it out.
Mine is in pieces over there getting cleaned. I tech all my shit, dude, and it fucking is on point.
That's awesome.
Fuck you.
The Clips tech somewhere took Carl's gun. He was like, something's messed up with this, and he took the gun. And Carl comes back off the field the next time, and he goes, "What'd you do?" He's like, "It's not shooting right at all." And the guy's like, "I tightened the reg or something."
No. I wasn't. No, I said this. What did you do? And he said, "Well, I forget what he even said." And I
Tightened
said,
the reg.
I said, he didn't tighten the reg.
Something he had to tighten
because
the
it
grip
was
or
not
something.
it was not shooting right. And then when I gave it to him, then I got it back, and then when I gave it to him again, I was like, it's not shooting right. I don't know what you did, but it's not shooting right.
That's cool that you were in the game long enough to know that whether it was firing or not.
I maybe shot it off the break.
10 seconds, guys.
Wait, let me make sure it's... Oh, what? It's not even shooting. Game starts, shot in the face.
Yeah.
Walk back.
Straight up clopped.
What'd you do to this? I turned it off, Carl. Turn it on. Oh, okay.
Yeah. This wouldn't shoot. Well, you gotta live long enough to pull the trigger.
You gotta put a hopper on it. There needs to be a paint in it.
I don't know how many times I started with my loader off.
That's the worst.
You get like 4 or 5 paintballs out of it though.
Yeah.
A couple times I turned my M2 off somehow in 10-man. Like, I don't know. I come off the dead box and it was off.
Or no, with the Eclipse guns, the thing is like you think it's on, but then you turn and you pull the trigger and it does that. It does that alarm. It goes nah, 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 nah. Like it makes that noise because it's on like
the off
screen.
mode.
You're like, fuck.
I had one that literally, I was like, I had my M2, and I don't know if it's the way I was gripping it. I just I went and like shot it into the ground, and then I was like, and I come off the dead box, and I'm like, oh, that's neat.
You wonder how many games have been changed, like the overall outcome, because people have started with
Oh yeah,
markers off or hoppers off.
You see the one pictures where people are pulling their guns off the start box and the tops of their loaders are flying off?
Logan had it at the
So many
MSXL. He
pictures
was
like
using the new Vulcan loader. And
oh, like the top part of the shell is coming off?
Yeah,
came,
just flying off.
He come off the dead box and hit it on somebody, and it literally broke into 4 pieces. And he like corralled them, like put them all together, and then got it all working, and then ran us to the W.
I think it was 2016. Where the event where I dove into the snake and I busted the tank off my gun, and it went right into, and it went in between the 2 bunkers, and I had to go grab it, and I held my gun in this hand, my tank in this hand, and we played out the point. We actually won that point.
Nice.
I was shocked. That was pretty
and Carl didn't
possibly
shoot anybody.
dangerous thinking about it now.
Yeah. Did you go?
I shot as many people in that point as I have last year.
Did you go barrel tap anybody?
No, but I did jump into the 50.
You're fast enough. You should have went and barrel tapped somebody. That would have been awesome.
I got barrel tapped at World Cup, like legit.
Did
off
you
the back of the dome?
You see that scar that McKenna has on his chin?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what that's from?
Getting barrel tapped.
Fucking coming around and 2 guys meeting each other, and the dude's barrel catches him and digs into his chin.
Ouch.
At the X.
The dude.
It wasn't from paint?
It was a barrel.
Oof.
Yeah. The tip of a barrel.
The dude hit me in the back, like in the back of the head with his barrel. I was in that tall tower on the tower on the Dorito side, and I like looked right. They were like running down the field, and I turned back and like shot the guy trying to run down the snake wire, and this dude like came around and just straight up like clink, and I felt his like barrel clip the back of my head. Like, yeah, whatever.
I've done that a couple times where I've like.
And then he said sorry.
Pulling off the start
like,
box, and you like I hit a guy in the head or something like that. Trying to. Those were fun.
I ran into the pole at Toledo Indoor.
That was one nice thing about Warzone.
Broke the elbow
No
off my
poles.
autococker.
Do you remember when I got fucking super mad when I was a hothead back in the old days, and I spiked my brand new Halo that I had off of the ground, or was it off the pole?
It bounced super high.
It did.
Didn't you do that on video like last year, 2 years ago?
Yeah, it was against Impact, and we got new paint.
Why do you control your anger?
We got new paint.
You
I didn't throw a
be a
loader
better
in a
role model.
long time.
You have a son.
Especially
I slammed my
at an
mask
event.
at World Cup.
We got new paint for that match for some reason. We got new paint, and then on top of that, my loader had been like shutting off and turning on, and I had it to the techs, brought it back, put new batteries in it and everything, and I would dive, I would crawl like I normally do. I hadn't broke paint at all in the entire tournament. I would crawl to the 50, I would come up, and I would have just guys dead to rights across field, and I look at my loader, and I think it was like the second or third time that I had gotten to a spot to shoot a few guys, and my paint was just, or my loader was just full of paint.
Wait, you would get
and I was
that
pissed.
You would get that far, and there was like people playing against you,
There was
They're
literally,
shooting?
I was literally still alive,
and they had paint on the opposite side of the field. They had paintballs.
and
There
they didn't shoot me yet.
I don't know who it was. I don't know what paint they were shooting. But there was somebody at World Cup. I heard him say in their pits, like, if the guy that was like running to the snake, he was running to the snake with an empty loader because he was breaking paint every time he'd dive in.
See, but this was on a ladder snake though, so like I would dive into the snake and then crawl up to the 50 pretty much if we had the tape, and then I would have to go to the 50, then I'd have to load and then come up. And I probably should have had an empty loader, but I don't know. I just don't like.
You like having bullets in your gun?
I like having paint in my loader, I guess.
Paint
Yeah,
your marker?
Liquid paint.
it's a necessity. You know what?
It was so. I was so mad because we were in that match, and I felt like we were in so many matches last year.
Yep. Always a bridesmaid, never a bride.
It's gonna be interesting this year, for sure. I mean, just because we have all the same guys, None of them are rookies anymore, kind of thing. And I'm kind of jealous because all of them are playing at the indoor, and there's nowhere to play around here.
Nope.
We were
No
talking
indoor
about-
between Chicago and New York. It's a long way.
It's
Used
not
to be in-
sustainable.
Used to be in, yeah, it's not here because, like I said, your business model would have to be to convince everyone to play inside year round if you wanted to make it realistic.
And then everybody in California and Texas and Florida are
They've been playing every
paintball right
weekend.
now. Yeah.
Dude, why do you think Mike from Trade My Gun just uses it as warehouse space? It's more profitable as warehouse space than it is as a paintball field. It's crazy, right? But think about it. You got to have... That's just a huge room to heat, and it's just huge.
Yeah. Heat.
Clean up. Man.
What do you think about those inflatable things, like the inflatable soccer domes and all that? Do you think that would be
They're still
a
expensive.
sufficient paintball field?
You can, for what those
Oh.
cost, you can lease a adequate warehouse space for a lot less. That one at Gold Medal is $3.1 million. That leases a big chunk of warehouse for a long time.
Where does he get his facts?
I don't know.
I feel like he knows so
He
much.
knows somebody.
So Rudolph Libby built that. That's why I know.
Oh. Is that your uncle, or...
No, but I know people.
You just
well,
know a lot.
person
You know a
Rudolph
lot about
Libby.
a lot.
I know the Rudolph Libby.
Well, one, it's because he has a photographic memory.
Oh.
2, it's he knows a lot of fucking people. And 3, he just talks a lot.
I'm just
so
a
he
talker.
Knows, he
I
knows
just talk to
everything.
people. I get info.
I get so much shit from the podcast, like, oh, that guy Marc, oh, he knows so much, he's so smart, he's so witty. I was like,
What do they really say?
He's a fuck.
Oh, that Mark, he knows so much, he never shuts
Never
the
shuts
fuck up.
Don't ever have him back on again. No, I heard somebody at
I'm
World Cup
serious.
was like, I like when Mark's on the podcast. No, that was at practice before. It was at Chicago. It was one of your semi-pro guys or something. You guys were talking there. He's like, I like when Mark's on the
I
podcast.
told him not to say it loud enough for you to hear.
Who says that? Does he not have ears?
Yeah, he doesn't listen.
Well, no, it's good because you're
Entertain.
insightful and you have good, you know,
Insight.
I've been at this.
insight.
I have insightful insight.
Yep. But I mean, it's just
Full of facts.
I
It's-
didn't care
it
what
sucks
people
being
thought
on
about the
indoors.
podcast. I enjoyed it. It was fun being
I
on.
do too. I enjoy having people on, like in person.
Yeah, they're so much better.
Oh yeah,
That's
this
right.
is sweet.
I mean, because you can tell right away when you listen to it that it's not like, oh, over Skype. Just, I don't know, when you listen on Skype, like, you know it's on Skype and you're just like, eh.
I could never do it via Skype
It'd be kind of weird, yeah.
because I would like start to blow you shit, and then you would interrupt me, and then we'd have to stop. I'd be like, "Oh no,
The
I was just
lag.
making fun
I
of you."
didn't
Yeah.
say no.
My
All right.
Yeah.
my DSL's
Goodbye.
lagging. The dial-up.
Fucking dart in your neck.
There's a fucking dart in your neck.
I'm trying to figure out like what is it from here, because all I have right now is Skype. If I want to talk with people from around the world.
I think you're doing it right.
Doing the best that you can with
do
what
as
you can.
do as many as you can at events.
And that's even hard. Like when you have the afternoon games.
That's so tough. I mean, I was getting
easier.
shit from Bruno because I
Bruno,
didn't have full.
Bruno yells at
attention.
news anchors, so
Yeah.
don't take it personal if he's mad
That
at you.
was the greatest story.
Get that fucking camera out of my face. Better not be fucking live. God damn it, Bart's over there listening to our strategies. Get the fuck out of here. Start using an invisible dry erase marker.
And then I went to that news's feed,
ABC
and
7.
I was reading the comments on it. And there were so many just random people just saying, "This is stupid. This is dumb. Why
What
did
was
you
dumb?
cover this?"
Paintball?
I was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah."
Why?
They were just saying
Bunch
this
of
is dumb. Like,
Chicago
why would you
fucks.
cover this?
How would you cover this? Why don't you go film murders?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, where's all the shit news?
Yeah.
Where's all the good stuff?
Yeah, where's the real guns? People shooting at each other with real guns.
Well, and I think that's one of the biggest problems is that nobody really knows.
Peace,
I
camera.
think the camera just shut.
Camera's done. Should we go? We should go live.
Should we go live?
Yeah. Just pass the camera around. Like, hey.
I was just going to, but my phone's about to die.
Yeah. So is mine.
Remember when we used to do
34%.
Remember when we used to do truck talk?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, remember when you guys were cool?
You guys will be the new truck talk team for 2018.
Peterson. No.
No.
Wasted a lunch hour.
You got a raise out of it though.
No, that guy was cool, though.
No, what if he hires you? What are
was
you going to
nice.
do? What if he calls you up and hires you?
Well, I'll have to see how much he's offering.
What if I decide to not work there anymore and then I'm just doing podcasts full time and
That would suck. That's like the only reason I wanted to work there.
Yeah, you don't want to work there.
I like where I work. I like what I do. I like the people I work with. Yeah.
That's what everybody says who hates their job. I feel.
I liked what I did, but then there was this
I don't
guy
have to
that
go
worked
home and
there.
drink. I don't.
I don't want to get motivated to do anything.
So Carl's in there today, and he goes, I just have no motivation.
Well, it's tough, man. It's like it's
Send
not
us
that I don't have
forward.
any motivation. It's just tough because I'm the only person there. So if I take a day off or I take a vacation, I come back, everything is just now further behind.
Yeah.
Because I'm the only one that's going to get anything done.
Right.
I had a few ideas for the podcast that I'm maybe by mid-year I'm going to try and bring along, see what happens. I got
Why
a few
not?
ideas in general that I'm going to try and do this year and see what happens.
You can only go up from here.
Yes.
Right?
When you're at the bottom, swim up.
What a backhanded compliment.
Yeah, that's right. So what else is going on in paintball news? Does anybody know?
Have we been talking about paintball at all?
Is that your bedtime?
Yeah, I got to take my medication. I didn't bring it, though. So I had to go home and get it.
Ritalin?
I wish.
You ever taken Ritalin?
Me?
Ritalin?
No.
Yeah.
I'm fat.
What does
Amphetamine
that have
salts.
anything to do with?
Yeah, I don't
No.
have cable. That's my response. Anytime somebody asks, because I watch like no TV except for shows on Netflix, and someone will be like, he was like, "Hey, did you see the Red Wings game last night?"
Yeah, I asked him if you watched the Red Wings.
No,
game.
I
He
don't have
goes, No,
cable.
I don't have cable.
That's
Do you have the fucking internet?
That's my response to every single person ever. No, I don't have
Fuck,
cable.
dude.
Have you seen the new Punisher?
No, I don't have cable.
On Netflix.
Oh, it's
new
on
Punisher?
Netflix? No, it's
new
on there.
Punisher?
No.
With Shane from The Walking Dead?
There is one on there though.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know.
So
he is,
good. Super good.
Be right back. I have to lighten up.
You have to take a little pee-pee? I got the little pee-pee. Watch your head.
I got to go pee pee.
We won't have this problem when we go upstairs and... Well, when you move, I guess we won't
This
have this
podcast just got less arrogant.
Aloof and distant.
So what? Let's see. New bunkers come in, which I think it's going to play a lot more like 7-Man. Have you seen the new bunkers?
There's
at all?
like big wedges, aren't they?
Yeah,
They're sweet.
they're gonna move in a bunch of. Are you
That's
sitting
cool.
down to pee?
He has to. He's really tall.
That's what I thought.
The stream sounds narrow.
I pee quick because I got a big orifice. It can flow a lot.
That'd be weird though.
Like silicone.
Like it's like a
RGB.
bath tile adhesive.
Bath tile? Bathtub? Or like
Bathroom tile.
Oh, that's different than the kitchen tile.
Yeah.
What if humans were like seahorses, and you impregnated your wife, and then she spit out a bunch of eggs, and then you held them in your mouth, and then hatched them?
In your mouth?
Yeah, don't they hold them in? Oh, that's arowana.
I was gonna say, what seahorse? Are you
Seahorses
talking about?
are male and female.
Yeah,
Dude, no,
That's what you're
that?
thinking of. That's why it's standing out in your brain.
Yeah, arowanas.
No. They're not male and female. There is a male and a female, but the male actually
Yeah, it's
gives
reversed. Yeah. You ever
The
hear,
male
you ever hear
carries the
Jim
eggs.
Gaffigan's stand up about that?
Uh-uh.
It's super funny.
So I'm thinking of an
He was-
arowana.
He was talking about like a scientist, and he's been like, "Well, that's the male. Well, it just gave birth. Like the males do give birth to the seahorses." And you're fired. Talking about like the dude's assistant. It was fucking hilarious.
The arowana carries around the baby arowana.
A lot of
fish.
things.
That's
do.
that's the fish that
Cichlids
spits.
are live
Yeah.
bears too,
Yes.
and they keep their.
It comes up to the top and then it spits.
It
The
spits
water
like-
knocks the bugs off the branches and then
Mhm.
eats them.
I would have dated
Have you
that
seen
fish.
that? I forget what frog it is or what toad, but it gives birth off of its back.
It carries the eggs.
Like it's
a sack on its
carries
back.
the.
A lot of them do.
Well, the sack is like its back, and
Yeah.
it is back like honeycombs. Or
I think a lot of dart frogs carry their things too.
I'm pretty sure it's the dart frogs that change sex depending on the
Thermal regulation.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
What other animal facts can we throw in there?
We probably shouldn't do.
Did you know that a
I like the
tarsier?
platypus.
Platypus are cool. One of only two egg-laying
Platypi,
mammals.
is
Mammals.
that two?
One of only two egg-laying mammals.
Platypuses?
Carl. What's the other one?
Is the echidna?
Proud of you. There you go. Look at that. What was the random fact of the day that I asked you the other day and you knew the answer to? It was in the shop.
Were you surprised?
I think a little. I don't remember what it was.
Little.
Why is this pump leaking?
Yeah, because they got a seal in it.
Uh,
They don't put it back
man,
together.
what was it? I forget what.
I forget what it was.
Yeah.
Did you know that the tarsier is the only fully carnivorous
He
primate?
watches a lot of Jeopardy. Say again. I'm sorry. I want to
The
answer.
tarsier is the only fully carnivorous primate. Eats all bugs. It doesn't eat any vegetables. All meat.
Have you seen the video of the chicken eating the mouse?
Chickens will eat anything.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't give a fuck.
They're
Same with
dinosaurs,
pigs.
too.
Pigs will eat anything.
Red? Anything red? Chickens just go nuts for. Tomatoes.
If you want to get rid of a body, you just give it to a pile of
Pigs.
pigs. Yeah.
A
Yeah.
pile of pigs, not a couple pigs.
A gaggle.
A gaggle of
pile.
pigs.
Yeah, a gaggle.
A boogle.
Do you
a
know where
gaggle.
30-06 got its name from? Marc Schulte?
30 caliber.
Ot.
From 1906.
I can see that. 30-06 is the 06. I mean, makes sense.
I learned that today on the Meat Eater podcast.
I heard that was a pretty good one too.
It's
Very
a good
good.
caliber. Wouldn't be my
Steve
first
Ranella.
choice.
Yeah, that dude's a stud. Meat Eater show was really cool.
I guess Radio Lab is supposed to be a really good podcast too.
Radio Lab?
Mm-hmm.
Never
I
heard
like
of
Guys We Fucked.
it. My wife listened
Them
to
two
that.
chicks. They're crazy.
She said it was good.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Rogan just had them on.
Yeah,
not
they
that
were.
long
Oh, really?
ago.
They were on Rogan's podcast. That's how I found out about them.
Rogan's the man.
Dude, how about this heavyweight bout between
It's terrifying.
Francis Ngannou?
And
Or
Ngannou.
Ngannou
Stipe.
versus Stipe.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't watch
It's gonna be nuts.
that stuff.
He's terrifying.
Yeah. I think I've been watching it a lot more ever since I've been wanting to get into jiu-jitsu more and more.
Yeah, I feel like you've been watching it more ever since the dude from Charm City asked you about it, and you're like, I should probably get updated
I
on
was
this.
watching it before that, you big turd beard.
Bearded turd.
Thanks, Mark.
I don't know. I think it's fucking interesting, man.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
That would have been
Black
pretty-
on white, just like Family Feud. It's always a white family versus a black family.
Is it
Yeah.
always?
Yeah. He's 90% white if you count that huge mouth of teeth.
How about that mustache? His mustache game is on point.
Yeah. He's awesome.
Uh,
I could watch that dude just
Yeah, he
doing
cracks
his
me
thing.
up.
Oh, yeah.
Him with kids. Is
He was hosting.
Yeah.
He was hosting. What was it? New Year's Eve. He was hosting, and then he had some crazy suit on
Oh,
with
yeah.
a crazy hat, making fun of. He's like, "I look like Cam Newton walking out of a press conference."
that outfit he had on, it was like a full white fur outfit.
He was just
it was
blasted Cam
ridiculous.
Newton.
It was hilarious.
Because Cam Newton wears them goofy ass suits and hats and shit, and the like purple glasses and stuff, looking like Ozzy Osbourne.
So what else? Paintball.
That guy's burnt.
We don't have to talk about paintball. I mean, we can if we want.
Is there anything cool happening? I don't know.
Not really.
No.
New bunkers will be interesting. We'll see what happens.
Same old.
Schedule changed for Chicago. I saw that which it's 1 week. Like I hope it doesn't affect anybody. I mean, push it back a week. It shouldn't be no big deal. It's 8 months away. Chicago's date. So you might want to check your reservations for your fucking cabin.
I'm doing it.
Shagging cabin.
It was sweet.
Play the 10-man. Oh god, I'm a beast at 10-man.
I had cool videos from that cabin. I took one of my buddy and he took one of me, and it said when the firewood bundles are $5 a piece. And I took a video of him carrying this huge tree out of the woods, and he took a video of me carrying a huge tree out of the woods, and we burnt the trees.
You guys are both buck naked.
So I learned something interesting that it was on Life Below Zero. This kid was talking about like his woodlot where he chops his lumber, and he goes there. He called it like strapping, where basically you go out there and you remove all the bark from like a foot section at the bottom of the tree to kill it, let it die, and then you come back like 2 or 3 years later. And he cuts standing wood. That way it dries standing. It's ready to burn.
Yeah.
When he cuts it. But he talking about like that kid uses like all like I could do what he does. Like no big deal. Like he uses a snowmobile and chainsaw and all that.
I want to go camping so bad for like a solid week just and live out in the woods. I haven't been in a long time. I really wanted to go.
You can go to northern Michigan. You go do it. Have a good time. My buddy's got a cabin that's sweet.
Camping is fun.
It's super fun.
It is.
There's something about just sitting around a campfire and just hearing just
the wood crash.
Yeah.
I just like fires.
It's like,
I think that's why I wanted to be. I think that's like people are like, well, why'd you want to become a fireman? It's like, well, I mean, like number one, like I want to help people. That's the main reason I do it. I feel like I help somebody. Like that gives me like gratification for like my existence or whatever, like my day.
You want that badge, your Boy Scout badge.
Yeah, and
I thought you just wanted to grab people out from standing on the ground out of second-story windows and help them to safety.
I don't even need a ladder.
Human ladder.
Yeah. Big lungs use a lot of air.
Why else did you want to be fireman?
I think because I just really I was like a total pyro as a kid growing up.
I liked fire.
And I loved burning stuff, and I like burning stuff.
That doesn't seem like why you'd want to. You put out fires.
Yeah, you put them out. I don't know
it's like being like, I always want to be a lifeguard because I hate water.
The crackling,
because I hate drowning.
The crackling of like a fire is like so peaceful. Like you're talking about like sitting when it's under control. When it's under control, like that's the thing. Like I mean, I've never been involved with like a fire that was out of control. Really, I mean, the like house fires and stuff like like a fire in the attic due to electrical short or whatever, things like that. You go up there, you just put it out like whatever.
Like whatever, no big deal.
You
wreck somebody's house though.
Ever sit around a campfire and some asshole throws a big pine log in, and shit's just snapping and popping and burn holes in your camp chairs?
No, I've never done that.
Yeah, it's not fun.
You ever been sitting around a campfire and somebody throws an M80 in there, and then it's like, and they didn't think it through, all the shit comes flying out of the top of it, all over. Yeah, burns people's like eyeballs
out, burns them out of their head.
Out. They gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't gone camping in a long time. I've been really wanting to go.
Talk to the NY.
Go this year. Tiff's not the biggest fan of camping though.
Finger Lakes. I bet Cooper likes camping. I bet he likes anywhere you take him.
Nobody likes New York.
Last time I was in New York was in Buffalo.
Good.
For the 7-man tournament. MPPL.
You should come back to Buffalo.
Buffalo.
There's one thing Buffalo has. Tons of great food.
How would the Russians...
I feel like anybody could fucking say that about anywhere.
I'm going to get so fat.
Oh, dude, you know what the best part about fucking Toledo is? The food.
Well, that's all Toledo's got.
I had a pretty good patty melt tonight.
Most, yeah.
Dude, there's a place right down here called Devour that is delicious. Delicious.
Divorce?
Divorce.
Horse divorce?
Horse divorce.
It's divorce.
That's kind of Bill.
The Bears.
That's Carget.
Well, gentlemen, should we keep going?
Have you had enough?
That was weird. I thought you were ending it.
Have you had enough?
No,
what do you want to talk about?
I want this to be a 2-hour podcast.
What time
I
are
want
we at
people
right
to. People probably have shut this one off already.
People
pretty
probably
sure.
have.
Yeah.
People proper.
You know, we should have some sort of like hidden giveaway right now that they would
that you would only know about if you
listen
went this
all
far.
over here like an
Yeah.
hour and 30 minutes into it.
The
That
secret
Pac-Man right there.
word is
We could give that Pac-Man away.
Halloween.
First person to direct message you with the word Halloween headband.
Chorizo.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
Chorizo.
No, Halloween.
Chorizo. Halloween.
Okay. What do we do?
Halloween chorizo.
Halloween chorizo.
okay.
All right.
First.
So-
Okay. All right. The first one to private message me on either Instagram or Facebook with Halloween chorizo will get a.
You didn't specify. I'm doing it right now.
That is not sitting in this room. Will get a. I will send them a pack band
What?
Made by Charm City Paintball.
made by Charm City Paintball.
That's a
Nice.
great idea. This will be really
$40
interesting to see
value.
how many people. But what you got to do is you got to wait now. Once they start flowing in, wait maybe like 3 or 4 days to send it out, just to see how many people actually send you Halloween chorizo. So many people actually.
I'm gonna get messages like, "Hey, dude, I sent you a PM. I listened to the podcast 4 days ago. I cannot be the last one that sent Halloween chorizo."
That's fine.
Oh,
You're gonna get so many Halloween chorizos.
I just
It's
like that
great.
you're at that level. You can give stuff away. I'm proud of you. You.
I would
it.
love to give more stuff away.
Handshakes for free.
Yeah, I would. I mean,
soft hands.
I want to make these.
Dude, can I have one of those?
Yeah, you want one?
Now.
Can we?
It's yours.
No, I don't want it.
No, seriously, you can take one with you.
I don't
we
like
hang
it when you give me stuff. I like having to steal
I wish
stuff.
you would take fucking something that I tried to give you. It really pisses
This goes
me
back
off.
to your virginity, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Suck one cock and they call you a cocksucker.
Blowjob's still a job.
Carl's not gay, but $20.
I don't need two of them.
You really don't. You don't need one of them.
I really want to make. I really want to make those and like sign them and give them away. And
You should. Those are awesome.
I think they'd be.
Who
sick.
did those?
I did. I mean, I had them made, but no, it's this place in Minnesota.
Okay. Can you elaborate?
I forget the wholesale banners.
Oh.
I seriously, that's how my mind
Not a
works.
sponsor.
Like I forget completely, and then as I'm talking, as I say, "Oh, I forget who," it comes to my mind. Like,
Yeah.
I have
Like
such a bad
CUM?
memory, dude.
It came.
I'm still taking ginkgo biloba though.
What's that?
Ginkgo biloba,
Yeah, what's
it's a
that?
plant
Oh.
that's supposed to help your memory, and it's helping me
Cordyceps?
remember the name.
Medicinal mushrooms?
I want to take that gut health from On It.
On it?
Yeah,
On it's awesome.
a little pricey, but
Or, yeah, but it's good shit. That's why.
remind me, I gotta show you those headphones when we go upstairs. The ones I got from Otterbox. I just got these new headphones from Otterbox. I didn't even know they made headphones,
Yeah.
but they make. It comes with these two pieces that you actually boil and you compress into your ears, and it makes them like. Cause that my whole problem was.
I can't. My ears are too waxy.
Well, they tell you to wipe them out before, but then.
I don't listen to instructions, Carl.
But my problem with headphones is like they always fall out no matter what. I don't know what the fuck. And these
Jam them in the hole deeper.
These are like perfect every time. They don't come out.
You mold
I
them
was
kinda
doing
like
jumping jacks,
like a
moving
mouth
around.
guard.
I was wrapping my legs around that bag and doing sit-ups, and they stayed in.
Can you really do that?
Yeah.
How many can you do?
Dude,
You wanna
I can
see?
do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can rip out
100%.
like
Hold on.
40.
I'm gonna do one.
No, you're gonna do
No,
it.
you said, how many can you do? And I said one.
Do it to failure.
Do it to failure. You're fucking. I gotta get off the chair though, because I'm not high enough.
You want this chair? Too fucking bad.
I can't do these sweatpants.
Huh.
I gotta take my pants off. Can't do it.
Well, the camera stopped, so you can do that. We'll watch.
Yeah.
Well, ice
like a-
fishing.
what were we
it's
talking-
Looks
here.
like a waxworm wearing a turtleneck.
Ice fishing's here.
Ice fishing season is here. I sold
good,
on
I
dude.
don't
that,
ice
though.
fish.
We earned it. We didn't have a good ice fishing season the past 3 years.
I want to play some pond hockey.
That'd be cool.
Just play some real hockey.
That'd be cool.
I have skates, gloves, and a stick.
Tashi got me a sweet Sabres jersey.
Nice.
Oh, dude. It's got my name on the back.
I've never met her.
Yeah. Super
She's
cool.
really cool, yeah. Dad's a neurosurgeon. Neurosurgeon.
This isn't rocket surgery, guys. It's just a podcast.
It's not rocket surgery.
I'm
That's
sitting
what I
here.
always.
I'm sitting
what I
here
always said.
trying to figure out audio for a podcast, and he's picking people's brains out and putting them back in.
Went to school for a long time to do that.
What do you
Brains
think
are-
his hobby? What are his hobbies?
Eating brains.
Flying a plane,
Just
Eating brains?
eating brains.
travel mostly. That's golf,
I
travel.
heard the more brains
skiing,
you eat, the
hiking.
smarter you get.
Do you think he likes to draw?
No.
Do you think he likes to read?
Yeah.
Yeah, about brain.
What kind of
brain
music do you think he
science.
listens to? Classical. I feel like all surgeons like that listen to classical music as they're like just cutting people's brains open.
Some people. I read an article about surgeons like their playlist and
Of
how
course you fucking
it
did.
changed. Like
Jesus
like some of these
Christ.
guys would start with like kind of like they'd start out with like more mellow music and then like it would end like the playlist would end.
With
This one
Metallica.
guy, he would like spec his. He knew how long his surgery was supposed to take, and he would like spec the playlist for the surgery, and then he would review the playlist so he knew like where he should about be, like at each song. So like he would do like if he was like doing like knee replacements for like a week, he'd listen to the same playlist like on a knee replacement. You know, you get 6 songs, 7, 8 songs maybe.
You ever
That's
watch
ridiculous.
those?
Knee replacements are violent.
Before
Yeah.
I had my surgery last
Yeah,
year,
don't do that.
Or the
That's
year
bad.
before.
That'll freak you out.
I wanted to watch. I was like, I want
You're
to see
my
what this is
wife.
about.
You are my wife.
Oh my god, dude.
You want to know how to not sleep the night before you get your wisdom teeth taken out? Watch videos on YouTube of wisdom tooth extractions. Because it's pretty violent.
Halloween
It's not really that
chorizo.
gentle of a process to get teeth out of your head.
If I was a surgeon, I would just play like hour-long tracks of just surprise noises, so that like if the surgery went south, I'd have something to blame it on.
Yeah.
Well, I'd be like, yeah, I cut his aorta because this super loud guitar riff came in.
I didn't realize with knee replacements they like shaved off pieces of
Cut your bone off.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say your legs.
And
I'd
they
say
like
that makes
use
sense.
glue to fucking put it on there with.
So the new thing is it was developed at Ohio State, is
Elmer's
to put a
Look like it.
put a synthetic meniscus in your knee
I used to eat glue.
before they go bone on bone. It can be done minimally invasive, and they'll take your meniscus out, put a synthetic meniscus in, and it basically protects the bone.
Nobody tunes
before
into
you
this
ever go
podcast for these
on.
big ass words.
When do you think?
Yeah.
When do you think that's gonna happen? Like,
Sometimes, Carl,
youngest.
Yesterday,
I use big
High
words
school
I don't
kids?
fully understand, so I sound more photosynthesis.
you use
heard that.
words that start at your toes and end at your mouth. That's how big they are. You're tall.
9'6".
The longest word in the German language and the longest word in the world is like 238
Schnitzel.
characters.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Even though the sound of it is something quite.
You ate my
atrocious.
fucking schnitzel.
I watched a video of a guy. He's 7'7", and he plays basketball. It looked painful.
Is he a super skinny guy?
Yeah.
You guys seen
Like
that,
he
yeah.
huge strides.
Like 7'7".
but super
No.
slow looking.
They can't
Yes,
run.
yes,
Yeah.
and it looked like he was wincing with every step. Like he's probably dead now.
That's the thing though. With
I
like
feel like people, like your heart has to pump a lot to get blood throughout that body. He's dead now.
the speed is deceiving when you're tall though. That's the thing people don't realize.
I can see that.
A 5 foot tall guy running a 5-second 40 looks slow, but a 6'9" guy running a 5-second 40 or a 5 foot.
You said that backwards.
Yeah, a 5 foot tall like
Stupid
130
idiot.
pound guy running a 5-second 40 looks fast. Looks like a
Riri.
movie because their legs are like like really quick. Like me, I just eat fucking ground up with every stride.
Big
But
guy fall hard.
I run a sub 5-second 40.
What's
and it's
that
like-
thing where they would like use the beeps for noises?
What?
Yeah, they'd be like beep 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 beep.
Morse code.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what that guy running
The
sounded
beeps.
like.
Yeah.
Beep for noises.
Beeps for communication.
beep 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 beep. That's SOS.
Well,
I'm gonna get some more to drink.
what are you excited for this year?
Running his camera over.
I am excited. What do you mean? Like in general or
Yeah, in general.
What are we looking forward to?
in genitals? I'm looking forward. Honestly, I'm looking forward to play the field. To see the new bunkers.
through Marc's
Ooh.
microphone.
But you know what? You know what I wanted to. I kind of wanted to have you guys on for.
Fuck. An hour and a half later, here we go.
What I want to have you guys on for is because I think.
Welcome to the
you know,
podcast.
I think this is my 37th podcast.
And you're 37, so.
32.
Oh,
But what I'm
Christ.
saying is I think I've made progress with it, and I think I wouldn't be here
that's good. You think that.
without you, Cody. And I think, Mark, you've made the podcast better every time that you've come on. So I just wanted
For
to thank
sure
you
taller.
guys.
Raise the roof.
I wanted to thank you guys in person on a podcast
Ooh.
for helping me out through this whole thing.
Thanks, buddy. It's us. Oh. High fives.
High fives. And I'm gonna miss you. You know, I'm gonna miss you going out there to Buffalo, but I wish you the best of luck. This is,
Good
I mean,
luck, man.
we're
Those
not
things are
stopping.
dangerous.
We're only an hour and a half in, so we're not stopping. I just, at this point, I just wanted to say, I had a reminder on my phone at an hour and a half to tell you guys.
We have to make this as long as.
And we're all. You're gonna make the dog bark.
I kicked the bottom of it so hard.
But yeah. No, I think I have. I'm gonna have John Dresser on next Tuesday.
Nice.
That'll be good.
Yeah.
PB Nation.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Tell you how that goes.
So I have him on next Tuesday, and then I think later in the week I'm gonna have. I think his name is Nick. His last name is Ammerman.
Slovia?
Nick Ammerman. No, he's actually
Nick Offerman, the stand-up comedian from Parks and Rec.
No, he's a photographer from the Toledo area that he used to skate, and now he does short films, and
Nice.
he's a photographer. And I'm trying to kind of broaden. Obviously, I want to talk about paintball, but anytime that I can kind of, you know,
John
have
Dresser's a good
different
one.
interesting.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
What's the next player? Who you got down there?
I have a bunch of people. I have Ryan Smith. I have Ronnie D's on.
Ronnie D's on. You guys can talk about a 10-man victory.
I want to talk to Jack Woods.
Why haven't you had Nick Sloviak on? Is it because I like him and you're offended?
No,
you gonna
I'll
do a
have him
live
on.
one
I'll
with
have him
him?
on face to face though, huh?
Yeah, weren't you going to do a live one with him?
Yeah, I'm gonna do live with him. I'd like to talk to Maddie. I'd like to talk to Archie. I'm gonna do with Keith Brown soon.
You should have Corey Rogie on and talk about the scenario side of things.
The donger.
Isn't he making AR-15s
Yeah, they're doing that
Yeah,
a little
he
bit.
works for GI.
slash
he works for
Titman?
He works for GI, and then he works for Titman Arms. On the side though, I don't think he does. I don't know if he's.
Full time.
Yeah, no, he works a lot.
What
He's
we
a
do-
hard-working
we
little
saw-
dude.
We saw, what's his name, Garbers, and he was like, yeah, we can get you. He's like, you want some ARs? Get
Uncle
some ARs.
Garby, you should have Uncle Garby's on.
We saw him at the
He's
Secor
awesome.
Road Home Depot.
Mm-hmm.
Putting a dehumidifier in the back of his truck or
Okay.
something.
Dude, he's like the coolest guy I've ever met in my life. I love Uncle Garbers.
Yeah, I bet he'd be pretty interesting.
He's got some cool stories.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's seen it all. He's a cool dude.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people in paintball. I feel that I could, I
Oh,
could
yeah.
easily get up over 100 episodes.
You should have Aaron Feder on.
You need to have Josh Lemon
I'd like to have Josh
from the
Lemon
DZ
on.
All Stars
I'd like
because
to
he
have-
can provide you with the little, like the National Collegiate Paintball Association side of things with the college and all that stuff.
I'd like to do a lot, man. I'm hoping that eventually I can just do this podcast, and I'm traveling around and just doing podcasts, and that's
You should have Harrison Fry on.
You should have
Yeah,
Harrison
Harrison.
Ford on.
That'd be sweet. He's getting old though. He's dead. And Han Solo's dead.
Give me back my plane.
Yeah.
Air Force One.
Chewie, we're home.
I don't have a good one. I was trying to think of one from
Because you
the
don't watch
Fugitive-
Star
the
Wars.
Fugitive.
Fugitive is a.
Fugitive.
good
I didn't
ass
kill
movie.
my wife.
I didn't kill my wife.
That's a
And then
very
you know
good
what,
Harrison.
And then you know
Ford.
what Tommy Lee Jones says back to him while they're in the water tunnel about to shit him out the dam. He goes, "I don't care."
You can't handle the truth.
No, that's a few good
That's
ones.
Jack Nicholson.
I like The Fugitive. That's a good movie. I used to watch that on VHS. Same with Top Gun.
Enemy of the State.
Enemy of the State's a good movie too.
I feel like they're all in the same.
What's that guy's
like-
name? Jack Nicholson.
Enemy of the State
Yes.
was
Will
Will
Smith.
Smith. Tommy the who gets it? Whoever gets it first wins a Pac-Man. You want to say Daryl
Christmas
Hammond?
chorizo.
Halloween chorizo.
What's that guy's name? Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman.
Give me it. You got it?
Hugh Jackman.
The red one.
You want the red one? That's the one I was gonna wear this year.
Halloween chorizo. I got a Gucci one on my carbon pack.
Nice. I want a Halloween one.
You want a Halloween chorizo?
Yeah. That was a great one. That was a
a good
great
one.
entry.
Someone's gonna win that, and it's gonna be funny because you should have just had him post it like live on the feed.
My next post is just gonna say Halloween chorizo, and nobody's gonna know what they're.
You should make the title of this podcast Halloween Chorizo, and nobody will understand.
Yes.
Yes.
Because I was thinking about what I was gonna call it. I was gonna call it
How like chorizo?
Our opinion. I was just gonna call like our
37
opinion
Halloween
or something.
chorizo.
Or like,
I feel like after that, I have to be Halloween and Mark has to be chorizo.
I love chorizo.
I love
So
Halloween.
good.
see, it works.
I made some penne pasta with chorizo and feta cheese and some bay leaves, and then
I love feta
baked it.
cheese.
Oh my god,
I love
so
it.
good.
It adds flavor to anything you put it in.
It is nice.
You know what else does? Prepared horseradish is delicious on everything.
Horseradish is just delicious.
Sidon is good.
Sidon's really good. I had Sidon today. My boss took me over there.
Sounds like a chemical that
You've
can kill
never
you.
had Sidon.
No, that's
Saigon?
I was
Mediterranean
I was talking to somebody in Buffalo this weekend. They're like, "Where's this hummus from?" I brought a bunch of hummus for this New Year's Eve party. They're, "Where's this hummus from?" And I'm like, "It's from this place in Toledo called Sidon." And they were like, "Saigon?" They were like, "Isn't that in like Taiwan?" And I was like, more like South Vietnam."
Yeah.
And it's not even like North and South anymore. It's just Vietnam. Hashtag skipped history. Geography? I don't fucking know.
I wish I knew more about
Geography.
history.
That's like a geography thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like history. I like reading about it. I like looking at pictures.
What do you
Yeah.
like? Tell us about it. I watched the movie Dunkirk the other day.
What
Do you
do
know
I
anything
like
about
about history?
Dunkirk?
Past. The past?
What I like about history is that it's things that have been done that molded today.
What a hipster answer.
That is a pretty hipster answer.
It's fucking true.
So you're saying if the Germans wouldn't have had a 72-hour ceasefire at Dunkirk and would have advanced on the beach and slaughtered 400,000 French and British troops, then it might be totally different today?
He knows
And
so much.
any of us could have been a Nazi soldier.
Yeah. Did I tell you Starkey told his kids that I was what Hitler was trying to create?
No, I forget who it was,
Are you
but
blonde
they were
hair,
on
blue-eyed?
Rogan's podcast, and they were saying like any of us could have been a Nazi soldier if we grew up in
Germany.
that era and were in that situation. We could have been.
As long as you weren't Jewish or gay.
Well, yeah.
That's like saying... That's a very vague sentence.
Yeah. That's also...
Well, no. I'm saying. I think what he was saying was, everybody
The shit
looks
could
at
still be
Nazis. Everybody looks at Nazis and goes, "Well, they're horrible, terrible people, and how could they do this and that?" But the thing is if you were one of those guys or women or whatever, and you grew up and you were in that certain situation and you didn't have a choice, like you could have easily have been one of those soldiers or one of those people.
What you also have to understand is what you're talking about is being a 18-year-old fighting in the trenches for the German army, not necessarily a Nazi, because a Nazi was a very small, tiny group of German people. Most of those kids that were dying in the trenches in France or that were on the beach in Normandy at D-Day, they didn't have a clue about what was going on in Poland at Auschwitz, where they were, burning up 100,000 Jews a day.
Auschwitz.
Or not, that's probably exaggeratory, but a lot.
Yeah.
A
I don't
million.
question you because you talk. You sound like you know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Nazis were a very small group of very radical people.
But now
It's no different than radical
Not good
Islam.
like California radical.
No.
Yeah.
Like
But
radical. But
anytime
like
somebody
bad
says
radical.
Nazi, I mean, they
Badical.
look at
Like
that group of
Aryan
people.
race. So did
Badical?
you? I told you about this.
Can we make it badical?
I was reading this.
Bad radical?
Yes, bad radical, badical.
Okay.
I was reading this article about the Hitler Youth and the kids that they were trying to breed the perfect child, and
Seems
the
like a
most
strange thing to read.
the most prominent was one of the chicks from the band ABBA.
Right. Yeah.
She was of, I believe, like Scandinavian, like Swedish, Norwegian descent. Her mother was taken, and basically she was like force bred, like we do with quality dogs, to a Nazi
Is
officer.
this on a Joe Rogan podcast?
No,
I think it was.
it could have been, but it
I don't know
wasn't.
why else I would know it.
I saw it on an article that I do when I do my click throughs and end up reading crazy shit. But that's basically like
You're
that
the
was
one that
what
clicks on the
she-
clickbait, don't you?
No, I'm not a clickbait kind of guy.
You're not a clickbaiter.
No, I'm a Wikipedia, and I like other things. I like articles. Just good stuff. But yeah, that's crazy. Like they were trying to create like the perfect human, just like you do with dogs.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it.
Do you think they watched?
Think about if you selectively breeded humans like that way. Like you could make
I like locking eyes with Carl when Mark's going on
could
a
make
crazy fucking
super,
rant.
yeah,
Well, they were
super athletes, man.
Dr.
Paintball
Rhonda
players.
Patrick was on too, and she's saying that there were studies that actually, when like people who are overweight and people are skinny, you actually, as you change your body, your genes change as well, and whatever you give off. Like, I think they did it with men's
Well,
semen.
yeah, because when your body gets
And it's
smaller,
actually
you get smaller genes,
It change.
so that your big ones don't fall off you.
So do you believe that somebody is, but their body type is predisposed to what their parents' body type is like?
Like genes, like GENES or
GENES.
JEANS.
Not blue, not Levi.
Oh. I've had to buy bigger jeans since I've gotten larger.
Yeah. Humans are just like any other, and all your mammals are gonna be the same way. That it's like think about
Scales,
when you selectively
claws,
breed dogs.
Legs.
Like you end up with, like, if I look at my dog, he's like a spitting image of his father, right?
Yeah,
People
an
say
asshole.
People say I look like my dad, but I don't really. I mean,
I always get my dad all the time. Everybody tells me, you look just like your dad. It's like,
Cooper
okay.
looks like you.
He looks like me when he has, like, just
Bad hair day?
still face. He looks like me. And then when he smiles, he looks like her.
Yeah, when he's being nice, he reminds you of Tiffany.
Yeah, being kind. I love your haircut. It's so great. It's so gone and
It's so gone.
so trimmed.
Yeah.
You got grays going, but I mean, you're 32, so you're over the hill, or at least at the summit,
Why is it so tight?
because he fucked it up.
Because I figured I was like, I figured if I would do jujitsu, I don't want my hair getting in the way, so I just
Be all
cut it off.
sweaty and gross. That's the problem I run into.
Yeah.
This is about it for me. This needs a cut. Yeah.
I think mine's the shortest of everybody's.
PPs?
About a toss up.
Peepees?
Mine needs cut. Mine's the longest.
See, the thing I do is I let it grow out until I get tired of it, and then I cut it. Then I just let it grow out, and then I cut it. I don't, like, keep up with it.
The thing I don't like is that I can't put a hat on without it looking stupid when you take your hat off.
My hair does whatever the hell it wants. I got colics all over.
Cowlicks?
You do, yeah. Right
Or
up front.
colics?
Colic.
Carl's got nappy hair.
He does.
Water beads off of that, doesn't it, in the shower?
Like a nappy-headed hoe.
It is pretty squiggly.
Who was the TV? Or didn't some guy get, like, busted out of, like, ESPN or, like, fired for calling some chick a nappy-headed hoe that played, like, NCAA basketball, like some girl?
Jesus.
I don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna look it up right now. Nappy-headed hoe. It happened.
You should probably edit
I think
this.
that was just on the news.
No, this was a long
In
time
Toledo.
ago.
Hide your kids.
Hide your Hide your kids.
So,
What are you excited for? You never said.
Don Imus.
I said I'm excited to play the field with the new bunkers.
We've already talked about the bunkers. What else are you excited for?
You just asked me.
No. Another year, another chance with the same group of guys?
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
yeah. I'm excited for some of the projects that I have going into this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a couple that
Sex change.
You guys want to listen to it?
paintball related.
Some rough girls from Rutgers, man. They got tattoos and some hardcore hoes. That's some nappy-headed hoes there. I'm gonna tell you that now.
That can't
Oh my
be,
god.
That can't be RL.
No, it is. That was live.
That's
Yeah,
real life?
Nappy. Yeah, Don Imus was his name. He's like, there's some rough chicks right there. They got razor blades and tattoos. There's some nappy-headed hoes right there.
Wow.
Yeah, I think he got at least reprimanded for that.
Oh, the things you can say on a podcast but not on live TV.
You can do whatever you want on a podcast. It's your podcast, Carl.
And retain sponsors?
This one's unsponsored.
We'll find out. 2018. New year, new me.
Yeah. This one's
I've
unsponsored.
been looking at.
We might be sponsored by Southern Comfort after this one.
It could be. Take a shot. Whole fifth of
Yeah,
Southern Comfort
speaking of-
gone. You guys are rowdy. You're too rowdy for me.
We're just red-blooded Americans.
Yeah, welcome to America. Go home. Go to Buffalo, you Nazi.
Yeah. You blonde,
tall,
blue-eyed piece of shit.
On New Year's Eve, I'm at this party, and they got a bartender, and they kind of like work in a little bar, like a little, I don't know.
And you were reading an encyclopedia.
And I'm a Scotch guy.
I need new
right?
facts for the podcast. I gotta read this
I
encyclopedia.
like Scotch, so I got a few options there, and he's
Scotch, who's he?
I see what you did there. So his name's Scott. Scotch.
Oh.
Bartender Scott, and he's like, I was like, what do you want? And I was like, what do you have for scotches? And he had Johnny Double Black, which is a great Scotch, and I got Tashi to try it. She's like she's a tequila and red wine kind of girl, which more power to her, and it was delicious. But I got her to try it, and the video, priceless.
so,
Let me see.
what's the point of the story?
That I would drink Scotch if I didn't have to walk home.
If you weren't dry hump January.
Dry January.
Dry hump January?
Yeah, it's all about discipline. As I say. I got this thing called the good quote.
Yeah, I
on
held my
Instagram.
shit for 3 days
You should be.
Nice.
involuntarily.
You should get on the good quote on Instagram.
I wake up saying
Okay, speaking
great
of, hang on.
It motivates
The
me
worst,
every day.
one of the worst things I've ever felt was being constipated after I had my
Every day.
surgery.
It was awful.
It was,
You take too many
terrible.
opiates, and you had opiate-induced constipation.
and it was
it's
terrible.
a real thing.
I shit a golf ball,
Yep.
and then
A brown cracked golf ball.
and then I shit a softball 4 days later.
So,
Nice.
question: have you ever had where you had like a quality defecation built up in your colon, but then you had something that caused diarrhea behind it? So
Yeah.
it's like it's the plug releases,
Yeah.
and then it's just followed up by
With a
Hershey
shotgun?
squirts. Yeah.
I call them cone poops.
See, I get the ones where it's like you sit on the toilet and you feel like you can't open up your butthole, but like you sit there and you know when you do, it's just gonna go. But you try and you can't, you try and you can't, and then when you do, it's just like. Ah!
All right, since
You're
we've
just like peeing out of your butt.
went this far,
Like
we
you
might as
shit
well
through
get
a
worse.
screen door.
Yeah, not leave a mark, literally. Have you ever had
Dry wipes?
Have you ever had the like constipated almost poop where it's so big coming out that it feels like you're shitting razor blades? Like it just fucking hurts to take.
Yeah, it
a
had, like your
dump.
turd has edges.
The
Yeah.
only time that ever happened was the day before I ate a box of razor blades.
There's a lot of shits where I have to like stand up and just stand there.
Well, you
for,
got the squatty potty now, which at 6'9" hard to use. Just so you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
know.
Yeah, you're eating. Your
I've never
knees.
used
A lot
I never
of broken squatty potties in Mark's house.
I've never used Carl's, but I used my girlfriend's.
I've been
and it's
using
great.
mine. It's been.
So that's the natural
Interesting.
shitting motion. Go online and Google chimpanzee pooping. Like that's what they do.
And then they eat their shit and throw it.
Yeah,
They
they
do
also
throw
throw
it.
their poop.
Yeah, that's because they're bored.
They
Though.
also eat bugs out of other chimpanzees' hair.
Here is what I've noticed with the squatty potty. This is what I've noticed, is that there is more of an air gap between the shit water and my face.
It also
Whenever I
turns
lift
your-
it up,
it also-
and
so
then now
you're-
I smell my fucking asshole more.
You're also
when
being
my knees are
32,
up like that.
Your balls are drooping because you're at the summit. You're over the hill or at the summit at least.
I'm just tipping the water. With my
And
balls.
so your balls are coming up. It holds your balls up out of the water a touch. You want to know what you really have to be
Hey
careful
kids,
to do,
thanks
though?
for joining us on.
Don't
playing on-
mistake the fact that you're on the squatty potty though, because you can very dangerously pee all over on the squatty potty.
I always pee when I poop.
I do too.
I always pee in the shower.
Really? That's gross. Have you ever shit in the shower?
No, but I have a pretty
Waffle
good
stomp it
story
down the
about
drain.
That's gross.
waffle stomp.
I think a lot of people pee in the shower. They did a
This kid-
study.
Why
about
don't they make more than gasoline out of corn? Because if it can go through your fucking body whole, like
We
you
don't
ate it,
digest it. Yeah.
you think they would make more shit out of corn?
This kid that worked at the shop
High
used to work
fructose
at
corn
the
syrup.
truck stop on 23, and he referred to it as waffle stomping when truckers would come in there to take a shower, and they would shit in the shower, and they would just smush it down through the grate with their feet.
Yeah,
Would
it's
you
gross.
watch them do this?
No, he would have to go in there and like clean up.
Oh,
It's so gross. Have you ever showered in a truck stop before?
Nope.
I have once. That's a long
Did you
story. We
waffle
don't have time
stomp?
for that.
It was the only tall enough shower in like 30 miles.
Yeah. Long story.
yeah. We only have like 20 more minutes.
How's
on
that
this.
Southern Comfort?
It's stronger now without the tea in it.
Thank you. Is that real Southern Comfort or is that
Yeah.
Kroger Southern Comfort?
I don't know.
Did you go to the liquor store and get it? That's what I'm saying.
Kroger
Dude,
Southern Comfort is real so.
honestly,
Southern Comfort.
it's been-
It's not
It's
Kroger.
This
80
is
proof.
from Tiff and I's wedding.
Southern Comfort is 100 proof or that proof.
This is from Tiff and I's wedding.
Let me give me this.
35% alcohol by volume.
So yeah, 70 proof.
70 proof.
You can't buy that at Kroger on the shelf.
Yep.
No.
Yeah. Yes, you can.
There's no way.
Yep.
That's probably where we got it from. It's been up there for a while. We got some other liquor up there too. We haven't.
I don't know if you
Attack
can.
it.
I just like contradicting Mark. It's so fun.
No, you can't.
Yes, you
don't-
can.
They don't
Yes,
sell
you
that on
can.
the shelf at
You
Kroger.
can.
In the liquor section, they do.
No. 100
Liquor
proof.
in the front.
No.
Poker in the back.
What did you say? Or clam ditch and or something? You said what was the term you used
Where?
for your? You were talking about your wife. in the
Blowhole?
dirty picture.
Or
Blowhole?
hairy
no,
hole?
it's the Saturday Night Live skit when the Kate McKinnon. She's like my favorite girl on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Well, they have like 4 of these episodes or 4 of these skits from Saturday Night Live where she and like 2 other people get abducted by aliens, and the 2 other people always have like an awesome encounter.
Oh yeah, I know.
And hers is always
And she's
awful.
sitting there with a
yeah, with a
cigarette,
cigarette.
yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. And she just comes up with awesome terms for her vagina and her butthole.
What were the?
The one was a grassy knoll and gassy hole, And the other one was Hog Taker and Log Maker.
I like that one.
Oh, yeah. They're so good. And the best part is
Hog Taker.
everybody else breaks character except for her. And that's my favorite part about Saturday Night Live. When they break character and just start laughing their asses off.
The best is,
funny.
what's his name? Kenan Thompson. Because he's like a big, chunky black dude. And he's just like, he'll do like the giggle. Like, he never really like full on breaks. He's like,
Andy Samberg was so good at breaking character. Jimmy Fallon, Bill Hader, all those dudes. Yeah.
The best, like the really good ones though that like never did, like Tina Fey, or like when she would like crack like the tiniest little smile, like trying not to.
Will Ferrell was super good at not breaking character, but like there's the couple times he does, it's so.
We were
funny.
talking about
Chris
that.
Parnell, I guess, was the best at not breaking character.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So think about like we were watching the movie Hitch. And we were like, think about that. Like, we got Will Smith and Kevin James, and the scene where they're like, he's trying to teach him how to kiss a chick on the porch, and he's like, think about how many times they had to shoot that, because it is one cut basically. The final one is like one cut, but they had to shoot that so many times because those dudes were dying.
Well, did you ever watch Eastbound and Down? No. All right, I'll quit talking.
I was watching blooper reels from Anchorman.
Yeah,
and
good.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah,
it was hilarious.
Will Ferrell just lives for making people break character on set. I swear.
I love that thing with the Pearl, the landlord, as he has his little daughter, and she's like, give me my fucking money.
I wonder what's.
I have 4 beers.
I have 4 beers.
I wonder what's a better feeling, like being a comedic actor or being a stand-up comedian.
I don't know, because what if you end up like Robin Williams? Where, like,
you can say that about anything. What if you end up as an ex-football player who has all this what is it, the CT?
Oh yeah, messed up.
Yeah.
You
know, so you can say that about anything, but I'm not saying comedians have problems.
Well,
people
don't necessarily become a comedian but there's some joy in like making people happy. Like, everyone gets joy out of seeing other people happy, right?
Mm-hmm. Dude, I love it.
Yeah. I do. I know. I mean, that's...
And honestly, like, I never really got what it was for me. Like, yeah, I always, like, crack jokes, and I'm never serious. Like, I always just fuck around.
Yeah.
But I was at my grandma's funeral, and the priest was telling, like, a cool story about her and how she used to, like... She would, like, bring stuff in for people to eat.
Mm-hmm.
And then it made me think of her... And then it made me think of my grandma on my mom's side, and how she would always cook for me, and like she liked cooking stuff for me. And dude, when people come over to my house, like that's my favorite thing, is like cooking stuff for other people.
Yeah, Carl.
Like I love cooking for people, and I love watching them eat it and like enjoy it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And if they didn't like it, I want to hear like feedback about it and what I can do different. And then when it comes to me killing something like a deer or catching fish and cooking it, it's just like an extra, because it's like I killed this thing, I cleaned it, now I'm cooking it, and you're eating it, and you like it.
From woods to table,
That's
know exactly
why
the whole process.
It's like the best feeling for me.
I always wanted to go deer hunting.
I used to eat so much fish just because, and they're like, it's bad for you, Lake Erie. Yeah, probably, whatever.
As bad as
I used to eat so much fish, though.
Like, what are you comparing it to? Why is it bad? You know what I mean?
I had so many different ways to make walleye that you couldn't even get sick of eating walleye.
Yeah.
Like, I used to make it so many different ways, whether it be in the smoker or fried in a pan or baked or, you know, and then put it on a sandwich or just.
Oh, yeah.
Put it in. I used to make walleye soup out of it.
Yeah.
Just all sorts of delicious ways to prepare walleye, and I used to eat it. I mean, that's just raw, just clean protein.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I really like venison.
I really want to go deer hunting.
I love killing deer.
Yeah.
I really want to go deer.
I'm not. People are always like trophy hunters, this, blah blah blah. And I was like, I don't give a shit. I was like, the smaller the better for me. It's just tender and more delicious.
Do you have your license?
Yeah. I had 1 tag left for this year. I didn't use it.
I want to go. I want to go. I'll probably get it next year. Like, invest the money, and I really want to go.
When I first started deer hunting, I was always terrified. Like, what if I put a bad shot on it?
Mm-hmm. So
I would just practice my archery and stuff, and then the first deer I killed, it was a lone doe. It came in by itself. I was like, oh, that's a good sized deer, you know. So I drew back. My heart's just thumping.
Mm-hmm.
It's when there's deer in front of you, it's the craziest feeling, because you know, and even I'm sure it's the same when like ducks are flying by and stuff like that.
Nah.
There's something about when you have to be super quiet.
Deer
there's,
is
like,
different always.
And I was like, I drew back.
I feel like it's so much more of an intelligent creature.
And like the fact that like right when you're about to touch off your release to let your arrow fly, it's like I'm gonna kill this thing. Like I'm gonna take its life. And then you do that and you shoot it in the spine. And it drops right there and starts making the worst noise you've ever heard in your life.
Oh my god.
Dude, this thing was like, "Meh, meh."
Yeah.
And I was sitting there, I was like, okay, we're just going to ignore it.
And it won't die. That's the thing. It's not going to die.
There was a neighboring property that butts to my parents. And I could see another guy like 300 yards away in his tree stand. I'm like, I don't want to ruin his hunting if I get down and like dispatch this animal right now. Well, 3 minutes later, I was like, okay. I can't take it anymore, so I got down. I was going to go slit its throat. I got down, and I didn't have my knife on me. It took me about 3 or 4 minutes to find a heavy enough log that wasn't dead.
Oh my god.
And I figured one good swing at, like, the base of its neck. And I'm going to, like, sever it. Like, I'm going to break its spinal. Like, it's going to die.
Yeah.
They're so tough.
About 10 swings later...
Oh my god. This is your first
My
experience?
first deer I shot.
Oh my god.
It was I'm just splitting logs on this thing's head. Like I'm just I'm beating it.
Trying to put it out of its misery, but you're just
Yeah, and the best part was like I didn't want to ruin this other guy's like hunting experience.
He's just watching
And I'm
this
like-
barbaric action over
I'm
here.
like, I don't care how mad he is that I'm ruining his hunt. He's not gonna come say shit to the dude that's just beating this deer to death. So I just beat this thing until it quit moving. And then I went up to my dad's shop because I couldn't find my hunting knife. And I got a razor blade out of the back of his van, like a razor knife.
Mm-hmm.
I get out there,
That'll work.
and he had just cut shingles with that same razor knife.
Just duller than a fucking doll.
And I'm like, that's all right, this thing's dead. I walk over to it. It looks up at me with, like, an eyeball hanging out of its head.
Oh my god.
I sawed this thing's neck with a dull razor blade. And then I had to listen to it breathe out of a hole in its neck until it died like 5 minutes later. It's the worst thing I've ever done in my life.
This is the worst experience ever.
Oh my god.
I'm so thankful I've
dude.
never had anything like that.
And then I didn't realize how small it was until I picked it up with like one hand
like
and
a dog.
threw it in the back of my truck.
Yeah, there's
It was
no-
the smallest deer ever.
Oh
There's
my god.
milk running out of its mouth.
Yeah, and I murdered
He
it.
shot it off the teeth.
Cold blood.
I bet it tasted so good.
Oh, it was delicious.
Yeah, that's the best ones.
Well, probably because it was tenderized.
Yeah, you
from me
tenderized it
beating
because you beat the
fuck
fuck out of it.
Oh my god.
But it was the worst thing ever.
Oh.
But after
I
that, I
really
was like,
hope-
you know what, Cody?
I'm
never again.
so
are you
glad
gonna-
I've never done that.
That was the worst thing. We got it done right in the front.
I
Never
really
again.
hope my first experience shooting a deer is better than that.
Then use a gun first.
I tell you what, nothing makes you want to practice archery more than having to
Beat a
beat
deer
the life and then
senseless.
saw its head off with a dull razor blade.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Oh, it was
Sounds
so
awful.
bad.
Oh my
I didn't
god.
I didn't waste 1 ounce of that deer though. I ate the whole thing. I just remember walking up to it and it's like, "What's that noise?" And it like looked at me and it's like eyeballs hanging out. You poor thing. I'm gonna
You should have just shot it again
I'm
in
just
the
gonna
neck.
saw your neck for a little bit.
Ugh.
It was like me, myself, and Irene when he hits the cow on the.
It's still moving. He shoots it in the head like 5 times.
He
It's still
chokes it
alive.
out, puts his fingers in its nose.
Dude, I had a raccoon that probably had rabies once, and I shot that thing 7-10 times with a
With what,
22.
22?
Oh my god, and it was still alive. Like it was just did not give a fuck.
Yeah.
I'm like, this thing's like dead. It doesn't know it yet. It's just like, I don't know. It's crazy.
That same thing happened to me. We pulled into my parents' house and there's a raccoon sitting off their drive. It was back when my wife or she was my fiance at the time. We lived with them. And I like honked my horn. It like fell over. I'm like, this thing's sick. It's not moving. Like from the obvious, like we're humans and it's not scared of us. So I went and got a 22 and my wife's like holding the spotlight. And I shoot it, and it starts moving right away. And she drops the fucking spotlight and just starts running. So I'm like, what the? So she gets her composure, and she picks it up again. Same thing, 22. And this thing's just... So I went back and got the 12 gauge and loaded it with, like, turkey load and just killed it. But it's crazy when they have no fear when they're, like... They just don't know. They're like zombies at that point when they're, like, rabid.
So what does that take control of when they're rabid?
Messes their
like
brain
that?
up.
Everything. They're just super sick. You know, they don't know any better. They're foaming at the mouth and just...
What is that? Is that like a mite or is that like a...
It's bloodborne. It's a virus.
It's a virus?
Mm-hmm.
The Walking Dead, but
Yeah.
for raccoons.
But raccoon.
A lot of other creatures. Except for possums. Everybody thinks possums can get rabies, and they're
They
actually
don't.
like 99.9% immune. Naturally immune.
That's crazy.
I think fox are actually one of the worst for rabies.
I don't even know the last animal that I had. I honestly, I don't even think I have. I think I hit a squirrel once. That's my hunt story. But I've always been super intrigued on going bow hunting because it's difficult and going deer hunting with a bow. I've always wanted to do it.
Yeah.
Dream hunt, spot and stalk, Rocky Mountain elk.
I've heard that's amazing.
Elk would be sweet. I just want to hold one of those back straps in my hand.
Yeah.
They're huge.
Take a bite out of it raw. Eat the heart raw.
I love heart.
That's power food.
And it's sweet because my cousins and everybody that I hunt with, nobody eats the heart. So like we'll come home from deer camp and I'll have like 6 hearts in a couple Ziploc bags and just smash on them.
Nice.
They're super good.
This dude eats the brains on Life Below Zero.
Really?
Yeah, takes the brains out of the caribou heads.
I've never tried it. I'd
Fries
do
them.
it though.
Yeah.
Cuts the head
Try
open,
anything once.
digs the brains out and fries them.
I want to take the tongue out. I heard the tongue's really good.
Yeah. Be like beef tongue.
Yeah.
It's a muscle.
You basically skin the tongue. It sounds weird, but you skin the tongue out. That's how beef tongue's prepared. And then you eat it. Like you take like that hard outer layer off, and then you eat the muscle underneath.
I would just take it from the big end and I put the whole tongue in my mouth, and then I would bite down, and then I would just peel all the taste buds off with my teeth.
One by one.
That's savage.
No, that'd be pretty.
A taste bud
Intense.
by taste bud. Yeah.
What's a taste bud taste like on your taste buds?
Would you bite the head off a snake?
I like reptiles, so no.
No.
I mean, what's the stipulations?
Yeah, you're starving on a desert.
If I don't bite its head off, is it
fuck?
going to use its head to bite my wife?
Yeah, or you.
Yeah, I'd bite its head off.
I like snakes. I like all. There's not very many creatures. I'm trying to think of a creature that I'm like, no. I'm trying to think of
Rats.
rats.
I mean,
There's a documentary on
just don't wanna mess
HBO
with.
or on Netflix about rats. It's really interesting. Rats in New York.
Is it New York or Chicago?
New York. It's
They're very
it's-
intelligent.
It's called rats. Yeah,
Did you know they
super
say
intelligent.
they say that a rat is the best first pet for somebody because they're super resilient. Like
My
have
sister has a naked rat.
They have like no health problems. You can get them basically protected from anything you need to. Easy as shit to take care of. If you get them young, they're super friendly. And
What happened?
bro, there's a fucking dart in the neck.
Oh, my microphone's been just tipping over.
The only way I would get a rat is if I had 4 turtles.
I want to get a tortoise. I think a tortoise would be awesome.
4 turtles.
I would just pour toxic shit all over them until they became something cool.
Let's see what happens. Why are they just burning and squealing?
That must be how they learn karate.
Well, guys, that's 2 hours and 3 minutes.
We did it.
I think we did it.
We did it. What else we got to talk about?
I'm done with these.
I'm hungry.
I'm not doing one of these again.
You did not eat before this?
I did a little bit, but
What
I'm
are you
still
trying to
hungry.
eat? Let's go to Moe's. Get a patty melt.
Been there, done that.
All right, thank you guys.
I gotta work
Appreciate
at
it.
some point tomorrow.
Thank you. I thought you quit. What do you mean work? I thought you were going to the doctor's and you're leaving.
Oh, Monday.
All right, we're out of
I got
here.
shit to do this weekend.
See ya.
Talking
Later, guys.
awkwardly.
Bye.
Bye.
That was a fun one. I enjoy having people on, be able to have them sit in front of me and have a I feel like the conversation is so much better when I can sit down and actually look the person in the eye or the beard, if it's Cody, But it's just so much better, and I feel the conversations are that much better, and especially with those two guys, they're awesome, and I love having them on. And we're gonna miss Marc, and hopefully he can be a guest sometime later on the year. You know, if he comes by and visits, we can do a podcast. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Quick thank you to our sponsors, Dr. Paintball. Again, if you head over to drpaintball.com, you can get a free gift if you purchase anything from them with the promo code PLAYON, PLAYON. And like I said many times before, they are super willing to help out all the players in need who want to purchase the marker of their dreams by financing. But they also have a big announcement coming out where it's I don't know the details, like I said, but make sure to keep an eye out with Dr. Paintball too. It's all player based, and they are just 100% trying to help the player out, and I think that's what this big upcoming thing is going to be with them. So just keep an eye out, drpaintball.com. Also brought to you by Charm City Paintball, who I wear on my pack. I have a headband from them. He's making an old school head wrap for me because mine is torn to bits. But he also, you can see his headbands all throughout the league. Multiple Aftershock guys wear them, but he has a Charm City Facebook page as well as an Instagram, always posting all of his fabrics and patterns. So make sure you check him out. And like I said, I have pack bands here. If you don't know what a pack band is, it's if you've seen pictures of myself and I have that little tail coming off my pack, that is a pack band. I have some of those available. Just hit me up. Thank you to Charm City. Also, Carbon Paintball. If you don't know what Carbon Paintball is, and again, if you're walking around events or you see pictures of pros and they have that orange C underneath their Adam's apple right there, that is the carbon base layer. That is kind of their product that a lot of people around the league, a lot of pros even around the league love. I've been wearing them ever since I got them. It's just an awesome product. It's a full, pretty much skin suit with pads inside of them that are just dense foam that more than protect. It's comfortable as hell. But if you go to if you go to Carbon Paintball and you type in the promo code capital TPOP, you will get 10% off your entire order, and that is for all the Playing On Podcast listeners. And if you are at all interested at being sponsored by Carbon Paintball, go ahead and shoot me a message, carl@carbonpaintball.com, or you can head to the website and there's an email address on there, and we will answer any kind of questions you guys have. We are ready and willing to help out any teams out there. And last but not least, like I said, Planet Eclipse, amazing company, and you know, they are just on the forefront of innovation as far as paintball markers go, as far as gear goes. They are an amazing company, a great group of people, nice as hell. I'll tell you that right now. I've known those guys for forever, and they are just some of the nicest people that I've ever met, and I'm super proud to be affiliated with them. But thank you to all the listeners out there. Very, very much appreciate it. And like I said, if you guys have any kind of comments, any questions, anything like that, go ahead and hit me up on Instagram, Carl_Markowski, or Carl Microwave Markowski on Facebook. And I'm hoping, like I said, it's still in process, but I'm hoping to have a website up soon where you can find all of these podcasts. I know you're listening to this one already, but if you want to spread the word and share, they're on SoundCloud. It's on all of the podcast formats. You know, and Stitcher, all that stuff. So make sure you share. I want to get the paintball word out. I have a lot of upcoming guests this year. It's going to be a great year. I hope everyone listening has an amazing year. And we will see you again here soon on the Playing On Podcast. Peace.